showtime. James Mello and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com. Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
Rosalie the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
What if I told you there's a wealth management firm that offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee? Think it doesn't exist? Think again.
Hi, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. When you start a new relationship with Compact, we'll create your customized investment portfolio and financial plan dedicated to help you reach your goals. Try us out for a year. If you're not happy for any reason, you'll get all of the management and maintenance fee that you paid refunded. This is our 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone and use the keyword talk to Mo to find out more. Again, from your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword talk to Mo. Satisfaction guarantee doesn't apply to fees and commissions charged by third parties for such things as insurance products or mutual fund redemptions. It also doesn't apply to any market losses which might occur in an account. For additional information regarding this guarantee, please see the disclosure brochure available at the time you enroll or upon request.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor. Funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA SIPC.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Keon has now been here since the ass crack of dawn, had to put up with old Dale Hellestray and Bruce Jacobs, and now here he is, the Iron Man of radio of today. Well, Randy is really the Iron Man of radio. I think he still has the record on you, but still, well done, Keon. Well done. Actually, I probably shouldn't have said that till after the show. He could totally boff this thing, and then we're going to be all angry and stuff.
Yeah, he's only started his second phase here, but he has been hanging around most of the day, sort of like a phantom in the radio hallways.
We appreciate the effort, and we'll expect some sort of response to this part of the conversation an hour and a half from now when it hits his brain. And at some point, we're going to be in another conversation. He's like, thanks, because he must be exhausted.
That's pretty much exactly how it's going to go. I'm zapped.
Nice.
So you had to hang out for 4 hours with Bruce Jacobs and Dale Hellestray in the morning show this morning. And I heard of the rumor that Bruce Jacobs would like to trade Chief and Dale to the morning show, to the Daily Blender for you.
That is what the proposed trade was. And I believe a a guest to be named later.
Yeah, no. So here's what I need you to do:
Yeah.
take the message back to Bruce Jacobs. We're going to need a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a lot more.
Yeah, here's this is my proposal, Jeff.
Okay,
I don't know
I'm
what you
listening.
think about this.
I got my pen.
If Bruce wants to trade Dale and Chief to us
Right.
for Keon,
Mhm.
we're going to need $100,000 a year, and we're also going to need Keon back.
Yeah, we need Keon back, and then at the end of that, keep Dale and Chief.
We'll send Dale
Right.
and Chief back to Bruce,
Right,
but he still has to pay us
right.
$100,000 a year.
Right, exactly. And then Keon, you're cut in for at least 10% of that.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get a little something. So
Oh, yeah.
you're not completely locked out of this whole process or idea. So that's our final offer, Bruce Jacobs.
I have to wait for him to get back to me.
I've been told that the next person who talks in a sales negotiation loses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now we just have to wait.
Well, Keon already talked, and then you talked.
And then you've talked.
Now I've talked. So we all lose.
Oh God, working with children. I can't do this by myself, people. Guy deals off. Fine. What a messed up day in the NFL. Am I right, people? Am I right? Oh my God, what a mess is the only way to put it. The COVID running rampant through all the NFL. Hey, NFL, you're right. Daily testing was never going to be a good idea. Okay. So here's what's happening. Everything is postponed. Every single game is postponed until next Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a little bit the next Saturday. And a couple of these games will be postponed until March.
It feels like that's the way we're going, right? Like we
I'm just
have
screwing with people, Keon. I know that. I just want somebody driving down the road who hasn't heard the news to go, what March? What the hell, man? Keep in mind, this is not a news show. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah,
okay, here's the real facts of what's happened. 3 games have been postponed by the same organization that said, we will not postpone the games. Guess what? Now it's happened. The Washington football team and the Eagles game has been moved to Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 5 p.m. our time. So that gives Jalen Hurts a little bit more time to come back and lead your team, Keon. Lead your team to absolute defeat. Because that's still going to happen.
And there's more news on that because Keon's guy, what's his name there? Your quarterback, Keon?
Taylor Heineke.
Little Heine in his work.
Yeah.
He's on the COVID list.
Oh, but it's okay. They went out and got a guy named Gilbert. So everything's fine. Everything is fine for the Washington football team.
Well, here's the thing. Garrett Gilbert used to play at the University of Texas. Did not end well.
Yeah.
Did not end well.
Really? How so? What happened there?
Well, he had one really good game in a national championship game that they lost, but he was a true freshman, just got thrown into the game, played his butt off. But the following season, there was no development of him as a quarterback, partially not his fault, but in the end, he ended up having to transfer away from Texas because he just wasn't getting it done.
Well,
and now he's back in my life.
He's had time to work it out. I don't know where. I imagine by the van like Uncle Rico, but still, he's had time to work it out.
With this VHS camcorder. Yeah, I love that.
So, okay. So Washington and Eagles, they will play Tuesday at 5 p.m. And the other game, Seahawks and Rams, because of all the vid, that's been moved also to Tuesday at 5 p.m., which again, they're both on Fox. Both those games are going to air on Fox, from what I've heard, which means that you'll get a regional assignment, which means one of the other games you'll have no access to. And I'm not liking that much. Well, it's just the Washington football team. So,
yeah.
And also very bad Philadelphia.
I'm guessing most people will get the Seahawks Rams.
I hope for their sake that they get the Seahawks Rams. It'll be an infinitely better football game to watch.
You want no visual evidence of anything right now, do you?
No. I would like to pretend that this game that is going to happen would never happen. The NFL was talking about canceling stuff, and everyone was like, "Oh no, what a tragedy!" And I went, "Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be that bad."
Well, the other news,
Yes.
the other news is the Browns and Raiders are going to be on Monday night.
No, they're going to be on Monday afternoon.
Monday afternoon.
That's right. So here's what's going to happen. Browns and Raiders will play at 3 p.m. right here on 15A
Wow.
The Fanatic. And then right after that, you'll have Vikings and Bears. That also means day off for the Daily Blender. All right.
Ta-da!
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We will not be on Monday, but you can catch Randy as he takes a turn filling in on the morning show. See, Keon is polite. Randy, however, has a few less filters, so that actually might be worth listening to. So Raiders, Browns at 3 p.m. and then Vikings, Bears 6-ish. Well, I guess it's just going to join in progress, or it'll just be the next game up. It depends on how the timing of stuff goes, but that is what is happening right here. So everybody is catching the COVID. Yes, as you heard, Heine has it. And Kyle Allen has it. And it was, can I ask you a question, Keon? Have you heard of Kyle Laletta?
Kyle Laletta.
How about Jake Dolgala?
Kyle's name sounds familiar. Jake does not sound familiar.
Okay, well, because those quarterbacks got signed by the Browns just in case.
Mm.
And it was just before we heard the news about Taylor Heine. So I don't know if those were two guys you would have rather had than Gilbert, but you've heard of Gilbert. So, of course, that's only because that's your college football team. So I don't know. I don't know if you were sad that the Browns were rushing out and getting all the quality practice squad quarterbacks, or if you're good with Gilbert.
I mean, I don't see what difference it possibly makes. You know, the gap between Kyle Laletta and Garrett Gilbert cannot be that big a divide. Like, to where if we were the ones that got Kyle Laletta, suddenly there's a chance we're beating the Eagles. It's not happening. The Eagles are going to beat the brakes off of Washington, and my weekend is already ruined, and it hasn't happened yet.
Does it seem unfair, though? The Browns went up there and started hoovering up all the practice squad guys when they already had Nick Mullins.
Well, they had
them all up.
They had a head start because they had COVID wreck their entire team first, so they were pretty much ready to go.
Okay, get a guy. Don't just start taking everybody willy nilly. Hey, Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is who's Nick Mullins again?
He was with the Niners last year.
I thought he was the bass player for U2.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so. Well, whatever the case. So you have at least a reprieve of a delay before that game. And, like I said, if your defense comes back, you get a shot at Jalen Hurts, who has not played in a long time. And that might actually be, it's still going to beat you, but at least you get a shot at taking him out, right?
I don't feel good about that either. Like, the defense is completely wrecked and devastated. Like, that's the other part of it. How this team struggled to stop Jalen Hurts a year ago when they were healthy. This is the year 2. They've taken a step back defense. And then on top of that, they're all sick. Everyone's got COVID, everyone that matters. So I don't know that that's going to necessarily change anything. I'm being pessimistic about this, but I mean, look at it. It's an awful situation.
So, Randy, bad news for you and your Arizona Cardinals. Rodney Hudson has the bid. So,
Rodney Hudson. Yeah. Well, fortunately, we're taking on the Lions, who, they don't really have a defense. They don't have an offense. Their tight end, TJ Hawkinstein, Frankenstein's cousin. Yeah, he's not going to make it. He's got thumb surgery. He's out for the rest of the year. And I'm sure by the time we get to Detroit, the COVID will arrive, just like Santa Claus and his 8 tiny reindeer, and will do its duty all over the Detroit Lions squad as well.
So you're thinking we were going to have a whole bunch more positive COVID cases pop between now and even Sunday?
Well, I mean, just look at the spike. It's just decimating the NFL, and it's doing the same thing with the NBA. It's just getting started there. Hell, Canada has shut down the entire country. They're not. They're going to play hockey, but just barely. No fans in the state. I mean, here it comes again. Here it comes again, gang.
I don't know. Doug Ducey said everything is fine. I don't know what everybody's complaining about right now. COVID's over. South Park even said it's post-COVID. I don't. Have you watched any of that, by the way? I don't know what the hell's going on there. All of a sudden, there's these middle-aged men running around. I got to get caught up, I think. Mars Bars 805 says, happy faded Friday, guys. Go Raiders for Monday Night Football. 805, please. And have a great weekend. Thanks there, Mars Bars 805. Big George says, hey, guys, happy Friday. Still recovering from my company Christmas party last night. But did I just hear no Daily Blender on Monday?
That's correct.
That's
correct, Big George.
What are we going to do?
Well, you can listen to the morning show. I'll be on the morning show, so you have a little taste of the Daily Blender. By the way, everybody, Jeffrey's going to be gone next week. So
Sure, I supposed to tell him that.
Jeffrey's not going to be here next week. What are you whispering to me? What are you saying? What are you trying to sell?
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Oh, never mind. I'm drunk.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone for a while.
The reflex that Randy had there to say that he was drunk, it happened so fast. Have you used that before?
He's the only person I know who you can use that as a go-to excuse, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's okay." He's it. I got to go to rehab, so I'll be gone for a while. So, they wanted me. No, because they wanted me to go to rehab, and I said no. And then Amy Winehouse died, and I thought maybe I should. Maybe I should go to rehab.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's been a while.
I see what you did there.
Yes, I'm glad you saw what I did there. What do you see what I did over there? Big George says, Jeffrey, are you going to be chasing wild turkey again or wild reindeer? I'm going to be chasing a big old pile of mind your own damn business, George. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Ducking fights from various grandmas that he's upset is real.
7 foot. He's a 7 foot lawyer.
Yeah. And
he knows where the station is.
And I got a step stool. I got to run up there and slap the bleep out of him. I'll do what I got to do. George, don't scare me. He says as he goes away for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So Sean Payton, it turns out, does have the vid. Before we said, no, it's non-COVID. Now they're like, no, we're just kidding. He's got COVID. So he will not be able to coach. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened. There's no way the Saints, with what they've got going right now, have any shot in hell to win that game. So, that's
who are they playing again? Who are
the Buccaneers? Yeah. They were going to lose. They were going to lose no matter what.
Rest easy, Sean Payton. Don't worry about this game. It's already over.
So also people who are losing it, the sports books, a lot of the spreads have changed. A lot of the odds are changing. Everything is moving very quickly. So depending on where you made your bets, you might either be in a great position or you might be completely hosed. Either way, if you were on a winning side of something, you might have seen those odds change dramatically beyond what you started with, which could be plus, could be minus. We'll talk to our sports betting expert, Josh Applebaum, more about this later on. But as he says, pay attention, keep track of everything, keep looking. In fact, Caesar Sportsbook actually halted betting on a couple of games, the ones that are being delayed right now, as everything gets figured out, because so much uncertainty. And I wonder, do they cancel bets because of stuff like this? Like if they had a certain odds set and now they're like, okay, yeah, that bet is off because it's so far out, or are they bound to those bets no matter what?
Well, I think it depends on if the game gets played or not. If the game is canceled, then the bets are canceled.
Of course.
And there, no money changes hands. There you go. So I was reading in Josh Applebaum's book. I mean, the betting odds can fluctuate depending on circumstances, like you were saying. But as long as the game is still on, there's no reason to cancel the bet.
Got it. Well, we will get more information on how to navigate those sorts of waters when Josh Applebaum joins us. Was it 4:18 or is it 5:18? Keon, I forgot. It's 4:18, isn't it? It's in the next hour. No, it's in the next hour. It's always been, because I even got a piece of paper here that says that. So did I tell you 5:18? It says
you did say 5:18. I'm gonna
see how it says that right there.
Yeah,
that's my bad. I wish we had a producer that would keep track of stuff and write things down and keep Keon on task because President Wallet says, sounds like Keon is pulling it together. Way to go, Tiger. Was that your dad? Way to go, Tiger. Yeah. Way to go, Tiger. You just ruffled your hair. Yeah, get out of here. You little scamp. Get out of here. You little scamper. Way to go, Tiger. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, dudes? Hey, Keon, you should be happy with a two-legged quarterback, whoever it is. And what it is, man. Go Niners.
I mean, you could say that, but there was a drop-off from Heineke to Kyle Allen. Can you imagine what the drop-off is from Kyle Allen to Garrett Gilbert, who they just signed off the street? I don't know.
Remember when you would go to the junior high pool there and you get on like jump off the little diving board and you'd be like, and then you go up to the high dive and you're like, well, this is really different. This is very, very different. When you first get up there, that's the drop off. That's the drop off between Heineke and Gilbert.
Yeah, it's massive. Except instead of going up to the high diving board, you're basically going to a cliff and looking down. That is,
I was being kind.
I'm not going to be kind. I'm already mad.
He's already expecting the worst.
The team is in a playoff push against a beatable Eagles team.
Hey, Keon,
and it's no longer
Keon. Yeah, no, you're not.
You're not on a playoff. They are literally in it. I'm sorry.
You're not. You're not.
You may not agree, but they are literally.
I won't be here to tell you this on Tuesday.
I mean, they're not anymore, but they were, and now they're ravaged by COVID. So now they're not.
Yeah.
So
Fed fan says Jeffrey complains about COVID, and it's the one thing besides March Madness that's given him lots of days off. Complain.
There hasn't been any complaints here. Just reporting the news.
What a deal with Jeffrey O'Brien talking about that COVID that's killed 800,000 people in the United States, millions worldwide. It's unreasonable. Well, yeah, complaining about it. And no, we have not gotten nearly enough days off as we would have liked to from March Madness, from COVID, or really much of anything else. So this is just a nice little blessing in disguise. It's a delay of the game, which also actually does benefit Keon, even though his quarterback might not get back in time. Some of these other guys have had time to maybe get a couple of negative tests put together, so that actually could help out. I am torn on this whole concept, though. Postponing the games, okay, so that's great for the players, that's great for the teams, but is it fair to the rest of the NFL? Is this really the right way to go? Because I was always told you've got some loose restrictions from the who you can bring up from the practice squad. I think that it should be, no, you play the game. Remember what they did to Denver? They made that running back play quarterback. What did they do to the Packers when Aaron Rodgers was out with the COVID? They made them play that game. So I'm not sure if this is really competitively fair or the right thing to do to postpone these games.
I think it is, because I know with the Broncos, they were punishing the Broncos. All of your quarterbacks were breaking COVID protocol, and we knew it. You go ahead and play. We won't reschedule you, because they rescheduled other games last year. They rescheduled Washington and Pittsburgh last year. They rescheduled the Titans game around the Steelers getting their first COVID outbreak last year. They specifically went after the Broncos, and I think that with the Packers, even though they didn't actually punish Aaron Rodgers was not honest about his vaccination, and the league let that one ride. Whereas this seems to be more not any specific person's fault.
All right, so let me just rephrase what I had said. Out of those 6 teams, 5 of them now have an unfair competitive edge.
Well,
not including the Washington football team.
well, the thing is, I mean, how are you bashing my team and not the Eagles, who have the same damn record, and they're worse? They're actually worse. Okay, anyway,
you know why?
Whatever.
Because they've got Gardner Damn Minshew on the Eagles. That's why. And he's American.
If his mustache gets COVID, but he doesn't, can he still play?
Yes.
I think he's allowed to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Every
His
time
mustache is not. It will not ever catch anything.
in
Ever.
fact, it's more likely that the opposite thing happens. That
Yeah,
he catches
yeah.
COVID,
He'll
but the
catch it,
mustache
but his
doesn't.
mustache will be clean.
Yeah.
Every photograph I've ever seen of Gardner Minshew looks like it has COVID.
Wow.
But you know, he's got a bunch of horse medications somewhere in a Foot Locker in his
You
double
think
wide
so?
trailer
You
somewhere.
think so?
I
Yeah,
imagine he has. That.
Just a stockpile of ivermectin.
I would not doubt that he has a double wide trailer somewhere in Mississippi for the off season. But as far as the horse pills go, yet.
We shall see. All right, must take break. Come back. Do more show. Daily Blender, 1580 Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes are in action tonight as they match up against the New York Rangers. The Rangers are road favorites against the Coyotes. Rangers pay out at -230 on the money line, while the Coyotes, if they come up with the upset victory, they'll pay out at +188. The over-under has been set at 5.5 goals. College basketball tonight, number 8, Arizona puts their 9-0 record on the line as they play host to Northern Colorado. Arizona going in as a 25-point favorite, over-under at 154. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher. For the past year and a half, I've been telling you all about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss, about how easy, affordable, and effective they are at helping you lose those unwanted pounds. I've done it. I've had a ton of friends that have gone through the program and lost a ton of weight as well. Now I want you to hear from just one of them.
After years of weight gain, including being quarantined for months, I was finally ready to get help from Valley Medical Weight Loss, and it worked. I've lost 65 pounds, I feel great, and most importantly, I now have a plan on how to keep the weight off forever, thanks to Valley Medical Weight Loss. Don't just take my word for it, try it yourself.
We all hope things are getting back to normal. Now you too can lose the weight you want, even if it's just that last 20 pounds. Valley Medical Weight Loss, 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Phoenix, and Glendale, all walk-in clinics, fast, affordable options for you to lose that weight now. By the way, mention my name, mention this radio ad. You'll get your first week absolutely free. Go to valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Well, the NBA has grown in its popularity over the years, but there used to be a second professional league known as the ABA, which would merge with the NBA in the 70s. It had the three-point rule originally. Can you name the 4 original teams from the ABA?
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you a different question from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to our Daily Sports Quiz, name the 4 teams that survived the ABA to live another life in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs, the Denver Nuggets, New York Nets, who of course now are the Brooklyn Nets, and the Indiana Pacers. And of course, the ABA's three-point rule would become part of the NBA in the 1979 season.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for 0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Providing you with the latest sports news, commentary, and analysis.
Dale, of course, is hosts the morning show.
Hold on. Pause it. Where's my name?
Yeah, well, the Chiefs name's not there either.
Well, we don't care about the Chief. He's not on the billboard.
Well, obviously, she didn't care about you. This is a thing about me, and Bruce is trying to get it to turn around free.
It's just incredible, man, that I don't even get a scant mention on it.
Jacobs and Helly on Arizona's new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580. The Fanatic. Okay, Lost Toby just cracked me up with a fake ESPN headline. It says, Ben Roethlisberger on touchdown celebrations. I spike drinks, not footballs.
Wow.
Cracking me up,
man.
I needed a giggle. President Wallet texts in, says, wait, is it possible to change my texter nickname to Keon's dad? No, it's not. Nope, you're stuck being Prison Wallet.
Also, my dad is dead, so
Yeah.
that would be weird. Don't do that.
And I ain't doing you any favors. I could see right here on the text line earlier where you said they should cancel this show. Why are you even listening to this show if you want to cancel it, Prison Wallet? He said, I think that Jeffrey's show should get canceled. Chief and Randy should do their own show, and then Keon and Steve could do the main event show. The hell, Prison Wallet?
Wow.
What'd I ever do to you? I'll wait. It's in the 3 o'clock hour. It doesn't matter. Kyle G says, Kyle G's like, breaking news. No, we got it, buddy. We started the show with it, but thanks for listening. Fubar 1000 says, howdy. Is there a backup list of players this week due to COVID outbreak in the NFL? Is there a list of backup players?
That's going to be a tough one to decipher, Jeffco.
I am sure every coach has a list of everybody who's on a practice squad everywhere in the NFL. I would almost bet that everybody has that. And there are some people smiling and dialing to get some backups in position in case they need it. So Berg says, okay, I'm going to guess that he just got betrayed by voice to text. But I'm going to read it exactly as it typed out.
Oh, no.
How about this NFL COVID ship show? Games rescheduled, fantasy implications. You're right. It's a total ship show.
Total ship
Berg.
show.
And there's Keon making sure the dump delay is working and in the right position in case this ship show gets out of control. Fed fan says, Keon, are you going cliff diving? Can I go too?
What?
Yeah, see, she would go cliff diving with Keon. But if I were going cliff diving, she would go just so she could push me off. Probably not over water. I know how you work, lady. Boogie says, hey, fourth dimension, hit me up on Twitter if you want to be a part of Boogie's College Bowl Pick'em and Stick'em Clam Bake. 1 game down, 43 to go. What the hell is he talking about?
Boogie started the college football bowl picks.
I thought you were going to do that.
He found a spot on ESPN. Yeah, about that. I plumb forgot. And
he's been doing other things like, I don't know, the morning show.
Well, that's today.
Show.
You've had plenty of. I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Keon. And I said, well, if you want to do it, then yeah, go ahead. You set it up, Keon. And I remember you saying, I don't want to do any extra work. And also just be honest. You didn't want to do any extra work. Don't make it just because you filled in on the morning show today.
Randy said that it was.
I was the one who said
Randy
that.
was trying to make me look good. I just said I plumb forgot, which is the truth.
Well, either way, Boogie is doing it. So find Boogie on the Twitterverse and go have fun with him doing that because we ain't got no time for that. Bob Swirsky says, hey, happy Friday there, my fanatic friends. I blame that COVID spreading Aaron Rodgers. He put the whole NFL in jeopardy. He gave everybody the vid.
Now, wait a minute.
There's a conspiracy theory. Aaron Rodgers is COVID patient 0.
Has Green Bay, let's look back at somebody bring up their schedule. Where's the schedule at? Let me see if I can bring up their schedule. Did Green Bay play the Raiders this year?
I don't think so. Did they? Yeah, I think they did. Maybe they did.
I don't think so, but hold on. Let me get there.
I'm trying to bring it up now. Has Green Bay played? Okay, here we are. They played the Texans. They played the Jets. They played the Saints.
Wow, they have an easy schedule.
Wow. They played the Bills. Played the Lions. 49ers.
Yeah, none of these people are on this list of vidtasticness.
Now, wait a minute. It was about the time. When did they lose their game? They played the Bengals. They played the Steelers.
Your point is falling the hell apart.
They played the Bears. They played the Pack. They played the Washington football team. The Sea Chickens. They played the Sea Chickens.
All right, so you got one team right.
Well, Washington's got the vid.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Washington.
Yeah, the Saints have the vid. We just talked about Peyton having the
three
vid.
out of four. Okay, so it's official. Aaron Rodgers is the one who started this COVID outbreak. I am happy to blame him.
Jeffrey just needed one of those to make sense.
Yeah, I got three. Done deal. Done deal.
See how I got you? I help you out, pal. See how I do that?
Yeah, Lost Toby says allegedly. Just a tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Today is Michelle Tafoya's birthday. If I told you what year she was born, you think she was a lot hotter than she appears. I don't know what you were talking about. I know who you're talking about, but I don't see her that way, really. You know, I think she's in trouble. I think she went and got on The View and got a little mouthy about something. Now she's in trouble. And now they're saying this is going to be her last year. Can I just say this? I'd rather have 10 more years of Michelle Tafoya than one more year of that. I don't know. What is that sausage looking girl that comes out and sings that damn song every week on Sunday Night Football? Okay. Can we get a new song? Can we get a girl who looks like she can find a dress that fits? My God. If she tried, if Carrie Underwear tried to bend over wearing that dress, people are going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's too much Carrie, not enough dress. Okay. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I am tired of that song and I'm tired of her. Can we get a new person?
Maybe she goes away when Al Michaels goes away.
Yeah, I don't see the connection on that. I don't understand why we still have this same stubby girl singing that damn Sunday night song at us. I mean, she looks like a tire. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
She looks like a stack of tires in that dress. She's like, if you watch go watch the video of her doing that. I've been waiting for this Sunday night nonsense. Go watch that. You can see what I mean. There's a lot of tread going on there.
Oh my God.
Serious. Go watch it.
Wow. And
I don't even care. Listen, I'm not trying to fat shame her. I'm just saying I'm tired of her and I'm tired of the song. Can we get something new, please?
Wow.
That's all on that. That's exactly the sound I hear. Whenever, if you were to lower the music and she's sitting there doing the dance, this is what you'd hear.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's accurate.
There's a difference between we need somebody new and she looks like a stack of tires. It's just very different thought processes there.
I didn't say she was ugly. She's not an ugly stack of tires. She's just a stack of tires.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
Waiting on all day for a shoehorn to get me the hell out of this dress. Because how do they? I'm not sure what's harder, getting her in that thing or getting her out. Now, I'm not a woman, so I can't even answer that. But I'm going to guess getting in. I don't know.
Yeah,
she's right. Oh my God. Just shoots her across the room. Mars Bars 805 says, "Ooh, baby, it's cold outside." And so he's put on his Raiders starter gear. Slow-Mo Zoe says, "I always thought Joe Buck was an idiot, but last night he proved it with one statement." Yes, we'll have that for you here in a little bit.
No.
It did not get past me either, Slow-Mo Zoe. We're going to talk about the stupidity of Joe Buck here in just a few. Prison Wallet says, wait, hold on here. He says, "I think Randy's on to something." Sorry, I meant to say, I think Randy's on something. Uklamak says, "So when are Dale and Chief going to come do afternoons, Radio Pal? The sooner, the damn better, if you ask me." Aiton's Army says, "Happy Friday, guys. How do we feel about Kyrie Irving returning to the Nets?" I feel like it's a basketball conversation that we weren't really having, but how do you feel about it? I don't care.
Does he have this vaccination thing squared away?
Has he figured out if the Earth is still flat or not?
Well, thanks to the power of shame and internet bullying, he says that he was kidding the whole time. So
I don't believe him.
He's at least joined the right side, even though that's by force. I don't think that he actually wanted to admit that the Earth was in fact round and a sphere. But what do I think about him coming back? He makes them better. He's a really good basketball player, and when he's on the floor, that they win more games.
Aiton's Army says it's a weird dynamic, but you can't argue that the Nets are better with Kyrie than they are without him. We are going to talk about some NBA here in a moment. Go ahead, Randy.
I was just going to ask, did he get the vaccine? Wasn't that what this was all about?
Yeah, that's what most of it was about. Yeah, where
Ayton says no, Kyrie's not vaccinated. He's being brought back to play on Nets road games only.
Okay, so there you go. Because he can't play in Brooklyn because of the vaccine mandates in that city and in that state. So he's not allowed to play home games, but he can play on the road except for in California.
I'm sure we'll get to that eventually.
Fish Tank says, you think Urban Meyer did that thing where you're in a relationship, but you don't have the stones to break up with her, so you just start being a big jerk so she'll finally and eventually break up with you? No, because this doesn't just kill Urban Meyer's career in the NFL. It kills his career everywhere. Nobody's going to touch this guy. I don't think he's going to ever work as a coach again. Not in college, not in the NFL. I'm not even sure he can get a high school gig now. I mean, I might be wrong, but
I think you might be wrong about the high school, but definitely the college, he's done.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more of your texts and more of this COVID crisis. Dun, 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 dun. We should have had some sort of dun, 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 COVID crisis. COVID dun, dun, crisis. Dun, dun, on the Daily Blender. Dun, 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 dun. We don't have that, but we do have the Carrie underwear, sound effect for when she's dancing in that dress and the music is off. Give me more of her dancing without the music. I want to hear that. There you go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
One of the most common questions people ask is if they can still afford to retire on $1 million or $2 million anymore. With stocks near all-time highs and bonds at all-time lows, it's actually a great question. 2008 taught millions of retiring engineers, teachers, and other professionals a costly lesson that years of market gains can be wiped out in just weeks of market losses. Not a problem if you're 30 years old with a few decades to make it back. but not if you are in retirement or almost there. I like to follow the 30, 50, 70 rule. The closer you are to 50 or 70, then at least 30 to 50% of your money should be kept safe at all times, like in an uncapped, principal secure, next generation annuity. Come and see why.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now at 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with Steve. Call 480-902-3333 and visit iqannuity.com.
Sports. We love it and you love it. Quite frankly, I don't trust anyone who doesn't love it. Do you?
Is that a serious question?
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Your exclusive home for primetime NFL games and Super Bowl 56.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Okay, so just a little heads up in case you're just joining us. A lot of games. Okay, a lot. Three games at this moment, until somebody tells me otherwise, have been postponed due to the bid. And of course, that has opened up an opportunity for us to have two Monday night football games. Well, Monday afternoon, Monday night. So the Browns and Raiders game that was going to be on tomorrow is now on Monday at 3 p.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic. The Daily Blender will take that day off so you can have wall-to-wall NFL goodness. And then the other games, well, they're gone, so it doesn't matter. We have no Saturday afternoon game tomorrow on Money Radio, but we do still have till further notice, Patriots and Colts at 6 p.m. on Money Radio 1510. So that is the current status of that. 888-368-1580. Baby Got Dak says, OMG, Jeffrey. Jeez. What'd I do? What? Oh, that. Yeah, sorry. Lost Toby says, no, Michelle Tafoya was trashing Kaepernick. That's why she's in trouble right now. Why would she trash Kaepernick? I mean, it depends on the context. If they were asking her about him and she was just like, well, I'm against it. I'm against, and she was like a racist, then yeah, cancel the hell out of her. But if she's just saying football wise, Kaepernick wasn't that great of a quarterback. And even later on, if he were to try to come back, he was, he wasn't that good when the trouble started. So, if it was about that, I guess it's all about context. So I need more information. Does anybody else know about this Tafoya mess?
No.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about it, actually.
I might have to look that up. Fed fan said, who blanked in your Cheerios, Jeffrey? Underwood isn't even fat. I didn't say she was fat. I'm just saying that dress don't fit. And if the dress don't fit, you must acquit. Just the Tip says, if you thought Michelle was 35, she'd be a hound. If you thought she was 75, she'd be hot. As we all know, it's the miles, not the years. Yeah, I really, again, Just the Tip, that's you do you, man. You let your freak flag fly. But I just see her as generally a really good sideline professional. I'm not looking at her the same way you are. Of course, I'm married. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, prison wallet, or should I say man purse, back off the show, or I'm going to assume you're intelligent enough, how to change the dial, jackass. All right, guys, take it easy on prison wallet. He has his opinion. He's entitled to it. He's entitled to it. Even though it hurts me and breaks my heart a little. He wants this show canceled. And yet he's still texting right now. Why are you going to hurt me this way, prison wallet? I'd let you be the big spoon. Come on. Slow-mo Zo. I don't understand that one. All right, listen, we got to keep moving here, or else we're going to get stuck on this whole COVID thing. Is there somebody who's got to be elected to keep an eye on the COVID stuff?
I nominate Keon.
All right, done the not it.
I'll go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Keon, if you go not it right now, I think you win.
Not it.
Oh, see, yeah, you got to learn not it. You got to learn the way that works.
I don't mind doing it. So
I already nominated him. So
hey, what the hell, Raven Kid? What the hell, Raven Kid? Raven Kid, just out of nowhere. Wow. We've been very supportive of him, and his going to GCU. We were so glad that he decided to choose Grand Canyon University over the Arizona Chalupas. But now I don't know what this is all about. He says, I hate ASU.
Wow.
What in the hell is that all about, man? You can't just text 3 words and then, okay, we all know what you're talking about. What the hell are you talking about? Why would you hate ASU?
Wouldn't it be 5 words? I hate ASU.
Well, no, ASU is one word comprised of 3 letters. It's an anagram. It's not an anagram. It's an acronym. So it's 2 words and an acronym.
I don't care if it's 3 words. Anagram or not. It's Arizona State University.
Yeah, but
words,
he just said I hate ASU.
Period, S period.
2 words, period. 3 letters. God, is this what we're going to fight over on my last day? 5. This is how you're going to send me off into retirement on my last day?
Oh, my God. Let the speculation fly now, ladies and gentlemen. He's done it.
Justin Tip says, now, listen, I just appreciate Michelle Tafoya's journalistic acumen. Some of my text will be jokes. No, I think Justin Tip's got a thing for the Tafoya. That's what I think.
It started off like that. It didn't start off with any humor at all. It was just an analysis of how Michelle Tafoya looks, which go for it.
Raven Kid says, do we need an explanation? Also, they're going to get slapped by Wisconsin in Vegas. Okay, what we need is an explanation of why all of a sudden you're just spewing hate for ASU. You go to a Christian university, right? I don't think that is a good look for a Grand Canyon University student to spew hatred. You spark the fires of competition. Hate? Why hate? I need more information, Raven Kid. I need more information.
Hey, don't say that like it's self-explanatory. You just, I hate him and you know why. No, we actually don't. We actually do not know why.
Guano says, wait, what? Jeffrey's leaving the show? WTF? No, it's WFT, Washington Football Team. I've been hired as a new quarterback for the Washington Football Team, so I'll be gone for a while. FedFan says, yes, fight. Who's fighting? Taco Kenny says, Michelle Tafoya can get it. Go Raiders. What does that mean? That she can get it?
What you think it means?
I don't know what it means. I'm honestly what can she get?
She can get the main thing.
What's
relations?
Oh.
She can get the main thing.
Oh, that main thing.
Yeah.
Big George says, well, Raven Kid, guess what? ASU doesn't like you either. You're not good enough for him. Whoa. Time out. Hold on, George. Let's just find out what the heck he's talking about there. Random Texter says, Jeffrey, the Raven Kid is having scholarship and college fund issues at the moment, so he's really down. And he's just going to be blurting out all kinds of frustrating statements. Okay. I don't know why you're taking it out on ASU. Now Raven Kid is like, wait, what? Jeffrey's retiring? Is there an open spot on the blender? I have my resume ready. Dude, we don't need to see your resume. You just got out of high school. You're in college. There's no resume. What's wrong with you? You got half a page and the rest is a Denny's menu. Stop it. Stop with the resume stuff. Senior Wake and Bake says, Raven Kid, don't make me slap that baby bottle out your mouth. Forks up, kid. This is getting out of control, everybody. I'm not retiring. I'm just going on vacation. And I don't know what Raven Kid's problem is with ASU. Nobody's fighting anybody. I don't think. Lost Toby says, yeah, that's 2 words, 3 letters. So I think, Randy might be right. Slow-mo Zoe. Oh, geez. Fighting Wampa says, you ever seen a chick, that chick, Michelle Tafoya's hands? It looks like Yoda grabbing the microphone from her.
Wow. That is, come on, man.
Prison
so
Wallet
unnecessary.
Says, I honestly think in the next few weeks, we're going to find out that Meyer has some sort of brain tumor because his behavior has been just so off the wall.
Meyer?
Urban Meyer. Ukla says, just Keon's leaving according Yo Bruce and no more making fun Dale for you, Radio Pal. Dude, I'll make fun of Dale to his face. I've done his voice to his face. He doesn't like it, but I've done it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kyle G says, I haven't turned on a Sunday night game before kickoff in about 5 years, just so I don't have to hear that stupid song. Or there's mute. It's kind of what I do. And yeah. Raven Kid says, we can agree on this. Arizona football rankings. ASU, number 1. NAU, number 2. Hamilton High School, number 3. GCU, number 4. And way down at the bottom, U of A. Is that going to change? Is that really going to change with this recruiting class that's going on right now, Keon? Or is it going to continue to be a big pile of smelly Tucson suckage for you, Arizona?
Well, if Jed Fish plays his cards right, it could change in like 3 years. You don't recruit guys and then throw them into the program and they immediately make you better because they're still high school kids. They have to grow into their bodies. They have to, get on a nutrition program, weight training program. So it's going to be a little bit before Arizona's competitive, and then we'll see if the coaching of Jed Fish can even put them over the top.
Hey, Randy, when will I grow into my body?
I think you've already grown into it there, pal.
Aw.
Yeah.
This is as good as it gets?
Yeah. I'm afraid you went right past prime, right on to
Dad
50.
bod. Yeah. Guano says, I'll Indian leg wrestle Raven Kid right now. Mill Avenue. Meet me there. Yeah, a lot of people not happy with Raven Kid's anti-ASU take right there.
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, you know what Michelle's small hands mean? Your microphone looks bigger. All right.
Okay.
Kiss the Cook says, on vacation, Jeffrey? Are you taking them bye weeks like Michelle Tafoya? Yeah, I just been informed I'm taking some time off because of something I said on The View.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me on The View?
I mean, I can, and I like it. I mean, a lot of trouble's going to get caused, but I'm ready for it.
I would hope for the headlines to be shortest, but yet most brilliant appearance ever.
Yeah.
Big George says, I can agree with you on those college football rankings, Raven Kid. All right. Can we get back to doing what we were here to do? Let's just real fast. Last night, the Phoenix Suns played a game.
Did they?
Yes. And it went exactly as we have foretold. I said, it's a lock. And guess what? It's a lock. They never had a chance. It was 118-98. And it was just easy. It was really easy, Keon, to beat your team. They were having fun and laughing and high-fiving and just feeling loose. And, it relaxed. It was sort of a nice moment for the Phoenix Suns. It's like a glorified practice. So here, what was that part about you saying that the Wizards were a better team now than they had been before? What happened?
And they still are, but
they must have been really bad before.
The last couple of years, they were really bad. I mean, the defensive numbers for that team last year are embarrassing. And I know last night they gave up a lot of points, but what they were doing last year, they were doing every single night. But it's a young team, and the first-year head coach in Wes Unseld Jr., who's changing things on in that organization defensively. I like the direction they're going in, but they're no match for the Suns right now.
So actually, then 20 points was pretty good. The fact they didn't lose by more.
20-point deficit, you mean?
Yeah, when they had a 10-point deficit at halftime, I pretty much knew exactly how that game was going to end. It was going to be another 10-point deficit in the second half. Game over.
Yeah. So, nice, easy win for the Suns. And now what's going to happen is next time they play what they think is going to be an easy opponent, they're going to get kicked in the shins and they're going to go down hard. And remember, you play every game as if it's serious. But no, it was nice. And even JaVale McGee was like, hey, we've actually put a team away today. That's a new change for us because the Suns, even on lower opponents, will play down to their level and they end up staying in it. So I don't know why this game was different, but it was good to see the Suns just having fun.
The Suns are really good inside. I mean, with Ayton, with JaVale McGee, those two guys inside have been absolutely terrible for everybody else to play against. And the Wizards started Daniel Gafford. And I know you don't know who that is because he's a backup center.
I believe you. I mean, I'm not going to challenge you. It's like, Oh, no, he's not.
I think this was the 13th home win in a row for the Phoenix Suns.
Excellent. Hey, every W, all right? Every W, because there's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be some slumps. But even now, Phoenix Suns still neck and neck or ahead of the Golden State Warriors. We'll take a look at that and let you know when we come back. I think that they're still tied right now. I could be wrong. We've got more to talk about. We've got more NBA for you. We got some Diamondback news. Also, we're going to talk about last night's game. We haven't even gotten to that yet, so we will do that when we return. 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best. Deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
Rosalie, the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cubs spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I'm being told that there is some activity, some stuff happening at the studios there. I'm broadcasting from my home studio, so I'm not there, but I know Radio Ron is in the mix of things. We have Radio Ron on the mic.
We have some breaking news here, Jeffrey O'Brien.
All right, let's hear it, Radio Ron.
Well, we were just surprised here over at the Fanatic Harmon Solar Studios with a visit from some angels, literally some angels for the Arizona Sports Angels organization that you had. And I don't even remember or know their names, but they showed up, they raised some amazing money for the benefit of your foundation and for the kids. They went to Dick's Sporting Goods, bought a ton of stuff, which is now crowded in your office. And I had them come here in the studio, and we're just gonna have them talk about their story. I sent a video that they produced to Blender at 1580thefanac.com. You can see that that video of them shopping and enjoying and talking about how they raised this money, all for the benefit. But I'm gonna kind of back off here and Jeffrey let you talk.
Okay.
They're both on the mics. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hey guys, I'm Tori Cruz. It's an honor to be here today. And
Hi there. My name is John Cardis.
All right, guys, can we get them a little bit closer to the mic? But so what made you guys suddenly decide to go do all this amazing stuff for ArizonaSportsAngels.org?
So crazy story. We are on a flight back from Oklahoma, and it's a night flight. So I fell asleep. You know, I took a nice little snooze on the trip there. I woke up and Tori's sitting next to me here, and I'm like, you know what? We have to do something amazing for some children. We are just so blessed in our lives to be where we are here today. And like I've always personally had a desire to give back. And as I mentioned it to Tori, she was just floored with the idea. And so we started planning about 10 days ago, like how we can just bless as many kids as possible. And we mutually connected over the idea of like, hey, sports have been such a big part and big impact on our lives. And it's made us the competitive people that we are and successful to a degree. And it was our hope and our wish and our goal that every child has the ability to do that. And what we researched about your organization and what they were doing for underprivileged kids, like just absolutely amazing, like perfect fit.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really beyond kind of you. Thank you so much for doing that. And with COVID had slowed us down a little bit, but we've been trying to get out there and get in the schools and to help out the Title I kids and stuff like that. So I'm being told now I can see a picture of all. Oh my goodness, guys, that is a lot of stuff in there. I see a big old bucket of looks like softballs or baseballs and golf stuff. Oh, that is amazing because we actually have a Title I school in southern Arizona that is begging us for golf equipment, and a lot of people have donated golf clubs and stuff. So that right there, that is amazing. You guys went bananas on this. Thank you so much on behalf of Arizona Sports Angels and all the kids. That's going to help.
Indeed. Hey, yeah. Tori, why don't you mention to the Blender gang how you raised the money and then your adventure at Dick's Sporting Goods the other day?
It was quite the adventure, let me tell you. But we first just started out by doing a quick little video, sharing our heart and mission with the social media world. John and I shot a video and put it out there and just said, hey, we'd love to help children this Christmas. And if you feel called to donate to this mission, then here's where you can donate. And so people just ended up donating. We ended up raising $2,500 for Arizona Sports Angels. And just a couple nights ago, we got our friend who's a videographer. He came with us to Dick's Sporting Goods, and John and I dressed up in elf costumes and we went out and had a blast and just ended up throwing, all this different sports equipment from basketballs to soccer balls, footballs, golf equipment, pickleballs, baseballs, ping pong paddles, you name it, it's in there. And
that's great.
We ended up just having an incredible time, but also just giving it to an amazing cause is really what the season is all about. So your office is flooded right now with sports equipment, and you have a nice little elf video in your inbox too.
That is amazing. Well, it hasn't shown up in my email yet, but the moment it does, I will turn around and repost that. And if you could also sort of send a message with the social media, I'd love to retweet, love to, whatever the kids do. I don't know. Somebody will tell me. But yeah, we sure love to see that and share that. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and sharing your efforts, and to say thank you to all your followers and all the people who helped out with this as well. This is just amazing. Is an amazing act by the two of you, and we do sure appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for having this organization for kids. That's a beautiful blessing, and just really grateful we came across your organization on Google. So I really pray it blesses kids this season.
Well, I guarantee you that every last bit of it is going to be a blessing for a child. And that's one of the things we do at Arizona Sports Angels. We don't just hand stuff over to other organizations or schools just where it just disappears in the ether. Part of what we do is make sure that we see this get into the hands of the child, that every one of these, the student, every one of these things is going to actually be given to the person it's intended for. It's not going to just sort of evaporate off into administration and stuff like that. So what you guys have done here, you just help make it easier by just the way you guys have done this right there, that we can turn around and then hand this off to the right kids. So yeah, I am just blown away. Thank you so much. Again, tell everybody your names again.
John Cardis.
And I'm Tori Cruz.
And do you want to shout out your social media so people can find you out and say hey and thanks for that, or is that maybe you'd rather not? I don't know.
Oh no, absolutely. so my Instagram is at John JOHN Cardis CARDIS,
and mine is at Miss Tori Cruz. So MISSTORIKRUSE.
There you go. Everybody go back out there and say thank you and see all the fun stuff and all the, the adventure they had doing this. That is amazing. Fed Fan on the text line says, and just like the Grinch, Jeffrey's heart has grown 10 times bigger this day. Well, you ain't kidding, sister. You ain't kidding. All right, guys. Well, thank you. I am blown away, and I look forward to meeting you guys someday and shaking your hand and saying thank you properly. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And thank you for putting the joy back in Christmas.
We're working on helping out, not just during Christmas, but all year long. And guys, if you want to check out what we're doing and why we're doing it, you can go to arizonasportsangels.org and read up about how we're, what we're doing, how we're doing it. Randy is a part of this as well. And my wife is the original person with the vision. You can see all that stuff on arizonasportsangels.org. So there you go. All right. Wow. Again, I guess it's now we have to do a show. Can you believe that, Randy?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And what great timing too. Here it is a week before Christmas, and you're going to be able to, you and Alex will be able to bless some people that are really in need, especially in this time of giving. What a great act. I mean, that's just cool, man. It just warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah, it's funny because we were already getting set to deliver a bunch of the golf clubs that had been donated, maybe Brad and the Berg and some other people. And I see in this picture, there's a couple of they're specifically for kids from Top Flight that they put in there. So, wow, boy, I'm just blown away, stunned and happy.
Man, that's awesome.
It's absolutely, as they said, a total blessing. 888-368-1580. It just feels weird to go from talking about this amazing, this amazing thing to this slap and dance and monkey show we do.
It's got to speak volumes that there is good still happening in this world. I mean, we hear a lot of bad things. We hear a lot of, this COVID thing has been eating up a lot of our time today with the NFL, and people are suffering. And here, two kind souls come in off the street, have found this purely, I guess, through the Google search, found the Arizona Sports Angels and wanted to do something. And I just think it's amazing. It really, really does add a sparkle to Christmas. So that's awesome.
Yeah. This is a really great way to start the holiday season here for sure. But okay, we got to get back to doing what we do. And I guess we were talking about the Phoenix Suns and a nice, easy skate to it kind of win in the last hour. And of course, they go to Charlotte on Sunday night. So, all right, there's one Arizona sport that is in good shape, right, guys? The Phoenix Suns. We were worried about them for a couple games. Then they kind of got their act together, and now here we are. The Diamondbacks, should be nice to see them do a little something, right? And guess what? Today, they did a little something, but I need a grown-up that knows baseball better than I do to tell me if this is a good thing. Well, I was actually thinking you, but fine.
Me? Oh, dear God. I don't know what happened. Okay, go ahead.
So I guess the Arizona Diamondbacks have announced 24 changes in their front office staff. There's a veteran baseball operations executive by the name of Jason McLeod. He's new to the team. He's now the special assistant to Diamondbacks executive vice president and general manager Mike Hazen. And I guess with his 26 years of baseball experience, he's looking to help out the team. I don't know about everybody else in the front office, but I don't know if you've heard about these moves. Is this a step in a positive direction, or is this just a little bit of turnover that doesn't matter within the organization?
Well, I think there are some steps here that they've taken. I saw the press release, but I do think that this pickup, bringing in McLeod as a special assistant to Mike Hazen, that's going to help him a lot. And it's also going to add some clarity to looking for specific players. I mean, let's face it, a lot of times you have all these options out there, and sometimes things can get clouded. You need a voice of reason. You need some clarity. And I think that's what this guy's going to bring into Hazen's office, going to give him clarity on maybe a particular player or several players to make moves and how to make moves, and maybe the farm system, how to implement that and use that to bring guys up when they're ready, and also to use them as trade assets to acquire guys that are going to help the team grow. So I think this is a good move for the team. It's not something I don't think that like Big George and I were looking forward to, to see the team actually make some changes, maybe moving on from Mike Hazen. Perhaps this is Ken Kendrick's way of saying, okay, look, I'm going to give you some help here. We're going to give you maybe a year here, and let's see which way. Clearly, the direction of this team is downward. We want to see the trend move upward and start heading in the right direction. So maybe that's what's happening here. Ken Kendrick is saying, let me give you another pair of eyes here and see if we can get this thing turned around.
All right. So what are we hoping? What are we thinking the next step is going to be that gives you more confidence that they're getting ready to, do this right?
Well, I mean, they've already passed on bringing in a new managerial team. They have faith in Torey Lovello, and don't get me wrong, Torey Lovello is a great developer of ball players, but I just don't know if he's one of those captains of the ship that can take this team into the playoffs and beyond. Those were things that I was looking for. A close look at Mike Hazen and a close look at how they're acquiring ball players and what are they looking for? What is this? This team has no identity right now. They're just kind of an orb floating out there in the universe doing nothing. They don't really have a clear direction. And what are they trying to do? What kind of a team are they trying to build here? So before the lockout happened, they picked up a top four reliever in baseball. Melanson is coming over, and he's going to be at the back end of that bullpen, but that doesn't clear up a lot of issues that we still have on this team. And we can't keep giving away guys like Max Scherzer and who AL Cy Young winner this year, Robbie Ray, who was just with this team last year, went on to Toronto and had a lights out season and won the damn size up. We just had this guy and he wasn't producing here on the Diamondbacks. Keon, you have a comment.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, to your point, there's some promising players in the Diamondbacks farm system that as much talent as they've given away over the years, like here's a chance to kind of make right here. You got a bunch of young guys in this farm system led by Alec Thomas, who can really hit, like knock the cover off the baseball kind of hit. So maybe there's an opportunity here. If you rearrange some stuff in the front office, you might be able to hang on to some of this talent and do something with it.
All right. Well, here is hoping that the future for the Diamondbacks will look a little bit brighter, and every little pebble, can become a mountain, I guess. Yeah. So let's hope this is the beginning of something good.
I mean, a lot of D-backs fans listen to the show, and I don't know, Big George, what do you think? I mean, I am not necessarily happy with Torey Lovello being retained on with the kind of performance this team has had the last couple of seasons. I would have liked to have seen a change there. I would have liked to have seen a change in the front office general manager. And for good sake, figure out what kind of a team you want to put together and then get on it. Make this team happen.
888-368-1580. Let's get caught up on the text line, and then we'll finally get around to talking about Thursday Night Football. Let's see. Lost Toby says, Wait a minute. This is a sports ball show? Yes, it's a sports ball show. Thank you, Toby. Fifth letter said USC football landed another 5-star today. Number 1 recruit from California. They're going to have a top 5 recruiting class, no doubt. So suck it, haters, and fight on.
Yeah, get used to it.
I mean,
everybody else out there, get used to it. USC is back.
It's going to be the easiest recruiting of Lincoln Riley's.
Oh,
life.
yeah.
Now, if he can
easy.
go ahead and get the talent on the field to work together and play well, but as far as getting the talent, he man, it's about as easy as he's ever had it.
Random texter. Okay, I'm going to save that text for when we talk about Thursday night football. Let's see. Kiss the Cook says, am I caller 150? Am I caller 150 yet? Oh, that's right. You know what? We do have ASU tickets to give away today. We have ASU tickets, and I want to gauge interest in this. So what I want to do is just ask, does anybody want to go to the game next Tuesday? Next Tuesday, because here's what I have. I have a parking pass. That's right. A sweet, sweet parking pass plus 4 tickets. So you can take yourself and 3 of your friends, or you can say, no, Jeffrey. I just want the parking pass and 2 tickets. You can give those other 2 tickets to somebody else, and then we'll do that immediately. So that is what's happening. This is Tuesday. And of course, I need some better glasses. I made this too small. 3 p.m. Is that right? Yeah, ASU.
I believe it is 3 p.m.
Well, I'm not
Florida
doing anything
A&M coming to town.
I'm not doing anything next Tuesday at 3 p.m. I'll take those tickets.
You actually know you're doing this show.
Just give them to me.
Can't give them to you, Randy. You're doing this show next Tuesday. Monday, the Daily Blender's not on because we're going to have the game. So Tuesday, you will have to be in that chair. So
I'm never going to win anything here.
Well, you're not eligible to win because friends and family members of the Daily Blender and 15A the Fanatic are not eligible to win.
I'm just never going to win.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Not on this station, you're not. But somebody out there listening can win. And like I said, we have 4 seats for that game plus a parking pass. And you can take 2, you can take 4. You can't take 3. You know what I'm saying? Don't take 3. Then I got to try to give 1 ticket away to some person. This is.
Is there a single out there who would like to go to the game?
That poor bastard's going to be like kind of walking up to the game, just humming. Last Christmas, you gave me your heart. And the very next day, you gave it away.
Red eyes from all the crying.
I'm in seat 8, row 18, or section T. Sir, you should just go home. I'm going to meet some people. Everything's going to get better from here. Okay, but now that I'd rather not have to do that. So either take the 4 tickets or take 2 tickets, figure it out, and that is what we'll do. But I want to know, anybody out there listening want to go to the Sun Devil basketball game on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Florida A&M in town. So I only want to make sure we give this to people who want it. Now, I'm not giving it away on the text line. I'm trying to gauge your interest on how we're going to do this. And that could also gauge how many callers we're going to make this. So,
I mean, I would go, but
I mean, Keon has been up since like 4:30 in the morning. So probably not going to do 150 callers.
Please
probably not going to do that. Like 125 tops.
We won't make it to 125.
Okay. Then, how about
caller 1? You're the winner.
No, Keon's got 99 callers. He gets 100. Bitch, you ain't one. All right, fine. We'll take it easy on him. We'll take it easy in the spirit of giving. We'll take it easy on him. All right, guys, got to take a break. When we come back, we will finally talk about Thursday night football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
Rosalie, the fantasy girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best, deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Providing you with the latest sports news, commentary, and analysis.
You did not go as an accredited member of the media,
I did not.
but you sat at the courtside
I sat on the floor, yes.
and you wore GCU colors as a member of the media.
Did I tell you I was not a member of the media? I
But
said
you-
that once.
but you are in the
No, not Saturday night. I wasn't.
So if you were going to ASU versus Washington tonight,
Yeah.
would you wear ASU colors?
It depends on how I'm going.
Jacobs and Helly on Arizona's new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And okay, we've got a lot of stuff going on today. If you're just joining us, one of the things is that games have been postponed and moved around by the NFL due to the vid. So let me just take you down the driveway and explain to you what's going on. So tomorrow, the Raiders and Browns were going to play at 2 p.m. on Money Radio 1510. That is no longer happening. That has been postponed and will now happen on Monday at 3 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic, which means, yes, the Daily Blender gets the day off. Yeah. Make sure the morning show knows that. Make sure everybody lets the morning show know that, because I delight in their tears. Okay. So the next thing that happened is, other games were postponed. I don't have that in front of me, but I think it was the Seahawks and Rams got postponed until Tuesday. And what was the other one? We got the Browns Raiders. What was the other one? There was Rams Seahawks. What was the other one? It's fallen out of my brain. Yeah, give me a moment. I got it. Yeah, that's right. The Washington football team playing the Eagles also on Tuesday. Yes, you can understand why I forget that game. Who's Keon calling?
I don't know.
With all the excitement from John and Tori coming in and giving the Arizona Sports Angels all that stuff, we got to talk to John Applebaum from Visa Network. It's time
Or
for
his
our
brother Josh.
sports. What did I say? Josh, John, whoever we can get on the damn phone.
Right.
But it's Sports Betting 101, and I actually. We got a bunch of questions for him. Do we have Josh with us?
I'm here, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Josh, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy holidays. And hey, it's a crazy time right now with COVID. It's really difficult with the NFL. You've seen line moves left and right. So hopefully we can, restore some sanity, how to approach these crazy line moves to get to some bowl games as well. So happy holidays, guys. Thanks for having me on again.
Same to you.
Yeah. So with the vid doing what the vid is doing, and with the NFL doing what the NFL is doing, how does that? Are they canceling lots of bets, or are they still honoring those bets? Just same thing, different day. How does this all work in the sports betting world when the vid raises its ugly head?
Yeah, so a couple of things. You raise a really important point. You know, a lot of bettors don't think of this, but you know, depending on what sports book you're betting at, there are different rules, basically house rules. So your ticket may be, no longer valid. It could be graded. It could be not. It could be refunded. Definitely recommend whoever's betting, and always if you're betting, make sure with cancellations or things being moved, it could be tied for that direct time. So you want to make sure if your bet is still valid. Like you'd hate to make a bet, the game gets moved. Like, we're going to see in these games now, going to have a doubleheader Monday and Tuesday. Your bet cashes, then you say, oh man, I lost it because it got moved and it's no longer valid. So check those rules. And then guys, I just think you wait out until the very end. I'm a guy who looks at a lot of line movements, and you're seeing lines go up, down, more positives. Line continues to explode. I'm just going to sit back, and on Sunday, once I know who's in and who's out, that's how I'm going to make my bets. You don't want to get kind of put into a bad corner because so much volatility right now.
Sounds like betting is not for somebody who can't give it a fair amount of attention. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. I guess not these days, right?
You're totally right. Like, you need a live odds page. A live odds page lets you track all these lines in real time at vsin.com/odds. You can check it out. But you're totally right. Like, recreational bettors, they're just going to bet based on gut instinct bias. You get home from work, I want to bet LeBron or the Lakers or a big name team because it's a big name team. But really looking at line movement, getting deeper into it, that's where right now you want to focus your attention on. Always try to remember, bet with your head, not your heart. But again, it's volatile right now. That's the issue with COVID right now.
And Randy, when he says looking at your movements, what you showed me with your that text message is not what he was talking about. Don't do that again. Please don't do that again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We got Josh Applebaum. He's the host of Betting Across America. It's on Saturdays, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. He's also the author of Everything Guide to Sports Betting. You can find that on the Amazon. Makes a good Christmas gift or a good gift to yourself if you're thinking about getting into the sports betting. I have one. Randy has one. Keon has checked it out from the library. But yes, Randy, you have a question?
I do have a question, and it came up because I was reading your book the other night prior to going to bed. I like to read the book and then just kind of meditate on it throughout the night. But anyway, so let's talk about the VIG for a second. I don't know that because I'm a newbie to this whole betting scene. I know the VIG or the juice, as you call it, either way, is what the casino or the sports book or whoever is making this bet. That's their take, right? And you're saying in your book it's generally like 10%. Is that correct?
That's correct, and thank you so much for buying it. So yeah, it's really, I have a chapter on it, and this is kind of like the really like eye-opening thing about sports betting, because a lot of people, when they think about betting, they're like, oh, I just have to win slightly more than I lose in order to make a profit. Like I just have to win 50.1% of my bet. And like you would on like the just the front of it, it's like it makes total sense. But the juice is what gives the sports books their advantage over the bettor, because again, they hold all the power. They are the ones who set lines, and then you can go bet them. Without them, you can't place a bet. So obviously this was revolutionary, back when betting really got going, but introducing the VIG, the juice, it comes from the word vigorish. It's a Russian word called the takeout, basically a tax that you have to pay them. So really, guys, the VIG, and you're right, it's typically 10 cent. You'll hear people say like 10 cent juice or minus 110. That just means if you want to bet any like NFL team this weekend, say you want to bet the Patriots plus 2.5, it's plus 2.5. And then you'll see in parentheses next to it to the right, minus 110. So that's the juice. So that means if you want to bet 100 on the Patriots or win 100 on the Patriots, you have to risk 110. And if you lose it, you lose 110. If you win it, you get your 100 back. So that's really where they get their advantage. And because of that, guys, you have to win 52.38% of your bets in order to break even and turn a profit. So that's really kind of like the thing you got to know right out at the beginning. That's why sports betting is hard. That's a big reason, because we have to overcome the juice in order to make money.
And not only that, but the juice can also, it can increase or decrease depending on how the line's moving. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're totally right. And that's something a lot of bettors maybe overlook, but you pay attention to juice movement. Like the spread can change. The Patriots could go minus 2.5 to minus 3 or plus 2.5 to plus 2. but the juice also moves, and the juice will tell you kind of where the liability is, where the smart money may be, and most importantly, where the next move may come. So, for example, the Patriots right now are plus 2.5 against the Colts this weekend, but some shops are plus 2.5, minus 115. So the juice is being increased on their side. That basically tells the bettor that the Patriots are taking in some money and that 2.5 may fall to 2 next. So again, read the juice. It'll tell you which way the wind's blowing. And it can help you get a good number. Like if every book is at -3, minus 120, then the line's probably about to go to 3.5. So if you like the dog, wait and get the hook 3.5. If you like the favorite right now, bet it -3, because by reading the juice, it looks like it's going to go to 3.5.
So we got Josh Applebaum from the Visa Network giving advice about the sports betting. And I have a question. Well, during the holidays, do you bet differently? Is there a different thought process? Is there a different psychology of betting this time of year, or is it just like any other day?
Yeah, so I think in terms of bowl games in particular, you do think, I think the same of my theory, basically going contrarian, but I get even more excited with bowl games because right now, guys, these bowl games are a great opportunity to bet against the public. Like the bowl games get super heavily bet. An average game might get, in the regular season, I don't know, 20,000 bets. These bowl games are getting 200,000 bets. So as a result, more public money. They haven't really followed football all year long. They may just lean on, hey, give me the team with a better record or the higher ranking. But actually betting against these popular plays this time of year, because the market is really flooded with recreational money, it gives you an advantage to play dogs right now. Like you saw today, Middle Tennessee State, they were like a 10.5-point dog against Toledo. They went outright 31-24. Everyone bet Toledo because they had a better record and they were the popular bet. So going against the grain this time of year, really where you can make some money, and also look for dogs that are unranked against a ranked favorite. That's a really good buy low spot. It's about 58% ATS the last decade. So again, don't be with the public, be against them during the bowl season.
I feel like I could ask you, Josh, a question like, okay, I've got a dead mouse in the box, and then across the street, the neighbor's curtains are half open. How does this affect the betting line? And you would have a completely reasonable response.
Well, I'll tell you a good one here. It's funny you bring that up. During the Super Bowl, a lot of people were asking me like heads or tails, because you can bet on the coin flip. We maybe even talked about this, but like someone reached out to me and said like the side of heads is like 1/8 of a gram heavier than the tails because of the face of Lincoln or whatever. And as a result, you should bet tails because like it'll land that more often. So all these little things, crazy things, who knows? But bettors are superstitious. And hey, if your mojo worked or crossing your fingers worked, then hey, you take a win.
I need to know more about the dead mouse in the box, but we'll talk about that later. Hefty Lefty says, Josh, to combat my potential lack of self-control, I'm thinking about taking my winnings out above my original deposit once I get up 100. Is there any drawback to that, or is it a safe bet so I don't start increasing my normal wagers?
Ooh, good question. So number one, if you are taking out money, that's a good thing. It means you're winning. So great job. I would check out, like if you're talking about an online book, just be conscious that there may be a fee if you take it out. So if you're only up 100, honestly, I would just keep grinding what you're doing. And I really only would change your bankroll management approach like maybe once a year. Like typically bettors do it like in the summer when it's dead time, it's only baseball and like football is ahead. But if you're doing well, like say you're betting $20 a game and now you've made 100 and you're doing better, maybe you could increase it to $25 a game. Like I would kind of grind with it because you don't want to take that money out and then have a cold streak and then your funds are basically down and your bankroll's almost, completely diluted. So I would kind of just keep grinding what you're doing. It got you winning now, and hopefully you can just continue with it.
Just a Tip says, love your book and your Twitter presence, Josh. Ooh. He says this week, Pitt versus Tennessee, both are minus 110 with a 0.5 spread. Pitt defense sucks. Tennessee offense sucks. How would you play my 3% on this game?
So I actually like Pittsburgh a lot in this spot. The way basically your caller or your texter was totally right. This is a pick'em game. Basically, a pick'em means the spread is 0. So basically, you like money line is minus 110. It's even. There's no spread. Neither team is favored. But really quick, at a pick'em price, compare the pick'em price on the spread to the money line. They're different bet types, but one might be minus 105, one might be minus 110. You can save some juice there. But long story short, I like Pittsburgh. This game actually opened Tennessee minus 2.5 on the road. And even though the public is kind of fading Pittsburgh, they've lost a couple games in a row, the line's moved to Pittsburgh. So the line's gone from plus 2.5 Pittsburgh now to a pick 'em. And I see a couple shops, even minus 1 Pittsburgh now. They have a rest advantage. They played Thursday night, Tennessee regular rest. And they're now almost a pick 'em or a favorite, but they're a dog all week. And you have a lot of dog matches on Tomlin, Big Ben. I actually like Pittsburgh in this spot. You may want to tease them. Like if they're a pick 'em, you could tease them up to plus 6. And one tease partner you could do them with would be New England. I like the Patriots plus 2.5 up to plus 8.5 against the Colts on Saturday.
Josh, I want to jump back to bowl games really quickly because you mentioned Pittsburgh, and that's NFL Pittsburgh, but that reminded me of college Pittsburgh and Michigan State. And you got Kenneth Walker, who's declaring for the NFL draft, and he won't be playing for Michigan State. And of course, Kenny Pickett, the quarterback at Pittsburgh, he's going to be moving on to the NFL as well. How does that affect your mindset when it comes to gambling games like that or betting games like that, where you've got major players who are moving to the NFL and won't be playing in these bowl games?
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought this up. And this is like a perfect example, Pitt and Michigan State. One thing you're looking at bowl game season, not just bet against the public, go contrarian, but these little things that you just mentioned, like you have a lot of opt-outs right now. If you're guaranteed and you're going to, go to the NFL, are you going to play in this game and maybe have a bad game and have your stock fall, or maybe you tear your ACL? So a lot of these guys sitting out, that's important. You have star quarterbacks not playing. Also coaches that get fired. Like if your coach got fired and there's an interim coach in the bowl game, those teams typically don't do well because you're basically a rookie coach is going to coach your game for you. Then you have people leaving. It's just crazy. These are good things to look at. But to answer your point, I like the money line on Michigan State here. Pitt actually opened as around a 4-point favorite. And with Kenny Pickett sitting this game out because he's going to go to the NFL, doesn't want to get hurt or have a bad game, this line is flipped to Michigan State -2. And the -2s look like they may go to -2.5. I like a money line play here instead of laying the 2.5 right now. You can get on the money line Michigan State like -130. It's really kind of a low juice price, but backup quarterback for Pitt, and also Mark Whipple, the offensive coordinator for Pitt. He just left to go coach Nebraska. So you don't have your offensive coordinator. You got your backup quarterback. Line's going to Michigan State. I like Michigan State here. I would bet against Pitt.
Mr. Pink Eye says Josh Applebaum, host of Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. He says, how much do bettors hate Bill Belichick? He's always hiding injuries.
Oh, man. Well, I would say they didn't hate him when it was Belichick and Brady because they were like the number one team that always covered. I think Belichick and Brady's cover record was close to 60%, which is unheard of. But I'm a Patriots fan. You asked the wrong guy. Hey, if he ain't cheating, he ain't trying. Belichick's my man. The magic is back. We're believing again in New England.
There you go. It's Josh Applebaum. He's the author of Everything Guide to Sports Betting. Find that on Amazon. Educate yourself, it's going to make betting that much more fun if you're actually knowing what you're doing. Sometimes it's good to read the manual, and this is the manual just for that. So, Josh, have yourself a happy holidays and all that. Good luck with all your bets and stuff. Thanks for being with us.
I appreciate it, guys. And hey, are we meeting up again New Year's Eve, or do I have New Year's Eve off, or are we going to hang out? What's going on?
Yeah, you got New Year's Eve off. Of course, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve off. You just take it easy, and we'll talk to you on the other side. How's that?
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right. Josh Applebaum, host of Betting Across America, Saturdays, 11 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. We got to take a break. When we come back, we will finally get around to talking about Thursday Night Football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Here we go. It's so cheap. Yeah, got a great rate on the down low. Cause Jake isn't your average Joe. Hard to believe. Yeah, nobody does it like State Farm do. Never knew the rates were this low. Oh, they ain't that steep.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun, too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and it's all NFL today. But don't forget, GCU is playing San Francisco. Broadcast starts at 5:15 p.m. Saturday here on 1580 The Fanatic. And okay, week 15 is starting off weird, scattered, smothered, and covered in COVID and postponements. But hey, so far, at least it's not cancellations. So far, in the midst of all of this, now, again, you got to take this COVID thing seriously, people. But one of the nice things is we've had no COVID fatalities in the NFL or the NBA or the NHL. And that's great news. Keep in mind, it still is a real thing. It's killed 800,000 Americans so far. But in our efforts, even with this going on, I think they've done pretty good. This is just a moment in time where I think they just have to sort of snap back into reality and get back to the business of, handling their business a little bit smarter, a little bit more deliberate, a little more careful. We all wanted this to be over. We all wanted COVID to be over. Everybody, you hear commercials saying, well, now that that's over, guess what? It's not over. It ain't over yet. And you want to know when it's going to be over. I had a 10-year-old girl ask me that today at the dinner table. And my response was, boy, the way the variants are popping and running rampant throughout the land, what's going to happen. It's not about the vaccines or the boosters. It's about the treatment. Once they have a really good, effective treatment, then it'll be kind of like the flu. Now, this is a different animal than the flu. You can't say it's the same thing, but the treatment will then sort of level the playing field, meaning if you get the COVID You go like kind of like the flu. You get the flu. You go in, what do? Give you a Z-Pack, send you home, and a couple of days later, you're feeling better. Well, COVID, once you pop positive, they give you the medication for it, the treatment for it. Most people, same deal. You're going to go home, and in a few days, you're going to be good to go. So once that treatment comes, and I am told that, here in the next few months, hopefully, they'll actually have that treatment. That is really the game changer. We fooled ourselves into thinking, oh, it's the vaccines alone. Now there's, Delta, what? Omicron, what? Well, now we have to kind of circle the wagons again a little bit. Now, I'm not saying shut down every business. I'm not saying everybody's got to go hide. But what I'm saying is if you're trying to complete a season in sports, you do have to sort of come back to where you were a bit ago and exercise more caution so that everything can continue that way. The rest of us, we just got to bob and weave until we got really good, effective treatments. And it's coming. It's just, we're not there yet, guys. So we still have to have this caution and concern.
Yeah, 100% agree. Until there's an effective treatment in place, this is going to be something we have to live with. It's going to be a factor, and it's not just here in the United States. It's around the world. It's everywhere.
God, heck with those people. They're not Americans.
Well, was it Austria? It's had this huge spike recently, and they've gone to drastic measures.
I don't know. I've been busy trying to keep track of what games are getting canceled or not. Of course we care. Of course we care. But I'm telling you, that is the secret right there. Boom, you get that damn treatment. We're all good to go. FedFan says, hey, I already got the treatment, NFL. FedFan's Fire Cider is for sale. Just let me know. Price is negotiable.
Wow.
I think that you should sell the recipe to the NFL for like $20 million.
Yeah.
$20 million. And then let them make it and give it to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lost Toby says they're working on a COVID pill treatment right now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's Merck or who, but hopefully sooner than later, they will have that available for us. So it's not like everybody kind of at first, remember, says you got COVID. You're like, oh no, you were really worried. Well, if there's a good treatment, you got a fighting chance, and it's a lot less worry, isn't it? Let's see. Colts fan Dan says COVID equals communism. Does it?
I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, we've admittedly never been that good at math. Not sure how that equates. Lost Toby says, oh yeah, by the way, my grandma says when and where. Well, let your abuela know that I am back in the office after January 3rd, and we can arrange a throwdown then. What's this he just sent? He just sent me a flyer for Maza para la Raza. I don't know what that means. Oh, they're giving out backpacks to kids and tamale kits, chicken and vegetarian. I don't know what that's about. Oh, he says free tamale making kits and backpack for kids tomorrow in Tolleson. So if anybody is in need, they're having an event out there at the Tolleson CAP office at 9555 West Van Buren Street in Tolleson. Oh, cool, man. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. 888-368-1580. King of Kitten says, hey, Keon, what do you know?
A few things.
Meow meow.
My Washington football team's very bad. I know that, but
I wish you were so awkward.
I mean, I try. I mean, it's a real effort. I mean, I know I make it look easy, but
it's 10 minutes of 5, and I'm looking at Keon, and he's thinking to himself, 12 hours ago, I walked in the doors of this joint, and I really don't need to answer any more stupid questions. All right.
Yeah. All right. To be fair, King Kittens did have more. I just wanted to hang up Keon with a little awkward moment there. He says, Keon, what do you know? Northern Illinois, 7. Coastal Carolina, 6. Almost the end of the first quarter at the Cure Bowl in Orlando. Coastal was the big favorite. And then he says 10-6 NIU.
Yeah. So I'm already feel like I'm about to go 0 for 2 to start bowl season. That's really what it is. I was wrong about the Middle Tennessee State game earlier, MTSU in Toledo. So now we're rolling into this one, and I went Coastal Carolina because of my obsession with Jamie Chadwell's coaching, and I may have led myself astray there because NIU's been good all year.
Slow-Mo Zoe says Austria has said all unvaccinated people are confined to their home or they'll face severe penalties. I would so love to be unvaccinated in Austria right now. I wouldn't have to go anywhere. I love staying home. Colt Stan Dan says Dan Buren is not only my favorite president, but my favorite street as well. Easy, Colt Stan Dan. Raven Kid says, so once that treatment comes through, I can come host the show, Jeffrey. We'd have owed the Raven Kid. What was it, an hour?
Yeah,
or
an
was
hour,
it
I believe.
a full show?
I thought it was an hour.
Yeah,
Raven Kid will remind us.
Yeah, well, he knows the facts. Yes, absolutely, Raven Kid. In fact, at a time where I'm here, Randy's there, Keon is behind the sneeze guard we call the control room window. We could probably work it out anytime you want. As long as you stop saying you hate ASU. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
Yeah, can't do that.
He has yet to explain himself at all. Daylight Drew says, hey, fellas, been a while. Hope all is well. Please pour me a Maker's Mark and a Blue Moon. Thank you very much. Hey, but Randy, no oranges in the Blue Moon.
No.
We don't do that around here. Let's see. Good Cat says, howdy, guys. Keon, have I thanked you lately for not being Phil?
Wow.
I think it actually
Poor
came up
Phil.
a week ago. I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know if it was you, but somebody did.
Poor Phil.
Now I can leave my office door unlocked, and people show up and put donations for ArizonaSportsAngels.org in there. So,
How about that? How about that? What a day today. Wow.
Blissful Hayes says, can I get the parking pass to the ASU game? But I don't need the tickets. That makes no sense. And no. Yankees Evil Empire says, until Diamondbacks ownership is willing to spend money on quality players, it's going to be more or less the same. They got cheap with JD Martinez. They didn't want to pay, and he's done since he left. Is more of what he did here. Quit being cheap.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, Keon. I just want to say this. Ken Kendrick is not the same owner as the Steinbrenner family that have oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of money. Ken Kendrick and his partnership group don't have that kind of money. We have to work on a budget. And so I don't know that it's about being cheap. They have shown that they're willing to pay money. You look at Zach Greinke and look at Mad Bum. They paid plenty of money for those two guys. Problem is, those guys didn't get us anywhere than where we are, still on the launch pad. They need to take that money and put it in a younger, more effective player that's in the more of a prime of his life. That can help this team move forward, or a couple of players split that money between two guys and get creative with their contracts, just like what Oakland does, or what Chicago does, or some of these other teams that don't have unlimited pockets like the damn Yankees. Go ahead, Keon. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say almost exactly what you were going to say. The Oakland A's don't pay anybody. The Washington Nationals don't pay anybody. What they do is they put a lot of money into scouting and a lot of money into the development of the players that they do have. And hey, those players become big stars, go somewhere else and get the big paycheck. But because you're constantly scouting and developing talent, you don't ever run out. That's the reason why Oakland is as competitive as they are. They make the playoffs all the time. So if we want something like that, I think that's where the resources need to go, because the money isn't unlimited.
And by the way, these crazy ass contracts they're coming out with is going to do nothing but wreck baseball. A lot of these small market teams, and I use that tongue in cheek with Arizona, but I know the ownership group doesn't have unlimited funds. But you're asking the ownership group here to pay some guy 10 years, $450 million. Before long, we're going to see it near $700 million, almost $1 billion to have a guy come play baseball for you. It's ridiculous. They've got to get these contracts under control somehow, some way.
Raven Kid just texted in. He sent me back a screenshot of what I had actually tweeted out to him. Yes, I did say on there he gets to co-host a full show. I didn't say host a full show. But yeah, he'll get to be on the show for a full show. He says,
great, I'll be taking that day off.
And I'll explain myself when I come on. No, child, you'll explain yourself now or you'll never see the inside of a studio. See how I just went full parent on him right there?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't negotiate with children or terrorists. So I want to know your story on this hatred for ASU right here, or you're going to wait a long damn time. Daylight Drew says next year's football schedule for ASU and U of A. I got the Devils going 8-4, Cats going 4-10, Cup stays in Tempe, although that will change sooner than later.
Yeah.
Well, at least at this moment, we own them 77-7. Booyah. All right. We have talked baseball when I was trying to talk about Thursday Night Football.
Sorry. Baseball's my passion, Jeffrey. You know that.
Fighting Wampa says, are we allowed to talk about baseball when there's a lockout? Just curious. I want to get some sort of fine from Major League Baseball in the mail or something.
Oh, Rob Manfred would send it to the wrong place anyway.
Yeah. He's very drunk a lot of the time.
All the time.
Your neighbor's going to be like, what son of a bitch?
I got fined by Major League Baseball?
How am I going to pay this? Anyway, you don't have anything to worry about. All right, guys, that is 2 hours down and 1 to go. When we come back, by God, we're talking about that game last night and other things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Keon Rhodes there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And, okay, we are momentarily going to talk about Thursday Night Football. We've been on the air 2 hours, and through one chain of events to another, we have not yet been able to do so.
Well,
but
I mean, it's a Friday show.
Yeah, well, a typical Friday show, but we also had some really cool stuff happen. We had some very nice people come by and donate a whole lot of brand new sporting goods equipment. I think serious stuff, like $2,500 worth of stuff to ArizonaSportsAngels.org. And Tori and John just went crazy on it. And they got help so they could do help. And so I love that whole chain of, they got people to donate, and then they turned around and donated. It was just it was a wonderful thing that they did right there for Arizona Sports Angels. Not going to take up a whole lot of time on the show talking about the charity, but if you're curious, a way to help some kids who are underprivileged be able to get in and play the games too, either at their Title I schools or just in the communities. You can find out more about what we do at ArizonaSportsAngels.org. Go check that out. All right. So before we do talk about Thursday Night Football, let's get caught up on the text line. 888-368-1580. Mr. Pringle says, maybe the one bowl game I was looking forward to most was the Peach Bowl. Not now though, since Marino, parentheses Pickett, and Herschel, parentheses Walker 3, aren't playing. Does that make that a bummer bowl now, Keon? The Peach Bowl?
Yeah, it's a less exciting bowl. I mean, Kenny Pickett is top tier quarterback in college football.
It's a big fat cheater, breaking rules, NCAA rules. Fake sliding as a quarterback when he's not supposed to.
It wasn't against the rules.
It's in the rules, man. It's in the rules.
It is now.
Is it a rule?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Don't look at the translation. Answer my question.
It is a rule now. It wasn't a rule when he did it, so he couldn't have broken a rule that didn't exist.
You've got your loopholes, don't you, Keon?
I mean, I don't know how you could break a law that's not a law when you break the law. You can't do it. Anyway,
he knew it was wrong.
He's a Heisman Trophy finalist. He's a guy that's going to be a top tier pick in the NFL, and so yeah, it would have made that game more exciting. And Kenneth Walker, but these guys have lives that they're trying to go on and live and money that they're going to go on to try and make. And if you get hurt in these games, you're not going to make that money.
So I know Randy doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. It's like you got there together as a team. Now you're just walking out in the middle of the fight and letting your brothers go fight a battle. You're like, ooh, I've got a future. I can't do that. It's like I'm finding Private Ryan, and Private Ryan is me. But then again, on the other hand, though, Randy, every other guy on that team understands. Every other guy on that team supports their brother and says, we totally 100% understand. We would be doing the same thing if we had that same opportunity. So, and I think the only people who get upset and bitter are the fans.
So when, and I would agree with that 110%. So when we were kids, Jeffrey, and I speak you and I because we're the oldest.
Well, yeah, I was a kid a lot more recently than you.
Yeah, well, that's true. So when I was a kid and I started playing in the Little League baseball and the Pop Warner football and all that business, the coach just always preached to me about team. These are your brothers. These are the guys that we're going to win or lose with. This is the team that we have, and we need to back each other up. I remember in the locker room in high school, this is the team that is going to win the championship or lose the championship. Nobody else is going to come in, and nobody else is going to go out. This is the team. And then you get to college. When does this conversation come in? You know what? You've spent all this time with these guys. Hell with it. It's just the Peach Bowl. It don't mean anything. Get on out of here and pack it in early and go quote unquote work out for the draft.
Listen, I agree. A commitment should be a commitment, and that's the way it should be.
Thank you.
But
damn commitment.
But this is a different level, way up appear that 99.9% of athletes aren't going to get. If that 0.1% has that chance, you cut them a break, man. Cut them a break.
Well, then here's what I'd like to see. If Pittsburgh, if Pickett, so we'll use Pickett, okay, for example.
All right.
If he's in his final season and he's going to commit to the NFL draft somewhere during the season, he needs to leave the team. I think Bosa had it right because he left Ohio State University and left it for the last season before committing. That way the team wasn't relying upon him. And Pickett should have left the damn team somewhere around, I don't know, August.
Well,
and then some other kid could come in who's going to be playing next August, September, October, and he could go ahead and take over the team because Pickett is not going to be there until the end.
Except for one thing. Wouldn't you say that Pickett's involvement helped get them to a bowl game they may not have gotten? He helped them get to a record they may not have gotten without him?
Then he should finish the job.
Well, the thing is, I hear what you're saying, Randy. College football is, and we don't like to view it this way, but it's a business. It's absolutely a business.
I
and
understand
it is,
that. Yeah.
And take the players and put them to the side for just a second. It is
I
a
don't care
business.
about the business. It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity, but I'm saying it's a lot of guys going out there and doing things for themselves. You cannot have coaches leave before bowl games.
Yeah,
you cannot have coaches
I agree.
be coaching teams and then be taking interviews from other teams while they're still under contract as a head coach.
Yep.
And then turn around to the kid and say he's letting people down. That's where I have the problem because people finger wag the coaches, but they don't finger wag the coaches nearly as much. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing.
Listen, the Notre Dame,
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly.
He
was still under he was still under contract. He should have waited until after this team got done with this season, and then he should have gone.
And this is the second time Brian Kelly's done this.
Old Oregon, their microball,
Mario Cristobal.
Well, there you go. He should have waited. Oregon just gave him a huge extension. He should have said.
Not only him, but Miami should have waited. Miami had a coach under contract while they were going after somebody else's coach. And I'm just saying it's all over the sport, and you cannot expect the players to act any differently.
Fed fan says, I agree with Randy. They're all snowflakes, narcissistic generation. All right, pump the brakes on that.
Did we not just
Fed
talk
fan.
about how all of the adults are that way too? Are we?
And Randy, how about this? Listen, that 0.1% opportunity that is a life-changing, generational wealth building possibility aside. In fact, let's just say this. If you are one of the top 4 teams going in the playoff, looking for a national championship, no, you it doesn't matter where you're going in the draft. You stay with that damn team. You get them to the promised land that you work so hard to get to. Everybody else is just going to these bowl games. If you've got an opportunity to be in that 0.1%, I think you get a pass. I think it's okay. And you're not a snowflake and you're not narcissistic. You're just trying to protect your possibility of a big future.
I'll give you an example.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. It just goes against every grain that I was made. Ever since I was a little nut and grew into a tree, I have this grain embedded in me that says you finish what you started.
Yeah,
now,
me too.
These guys that are, Pickett, I don't have a problem with him going on. I just don't want this to be a pattern. You know what, little Junior, I can't play with you right now. I have to go off with my boys over here. You see what I'm saying? There are commitments in your life that you need to pay attention to. And I just don't want to see this.
I think the disconnect here is understanding. It's not saying that we should just wash out anybody's commitments and say that doesn't matter. We're talking about a very small percentage of the population that has a chance to go do something that is ridiculous. And at that point, that becomes a conversation between the player and the coach. And even then the coach is like, kid, you got to go do that because That is the exception to the rule. All of the rest of us, keep your commitments. Do what you say you're going to do. Be a man of honor and integrity and commitment. If you say you're going to be there as a teammate, by God, be there as a teammate. But there's that one little opportunity that nobody gets that everybody else will understand, Randy, is what I'm trying to tell you.
I get it. I get it. I hear you.
I understand all of the stuff. Like, you've got a commitment, but first off, these schools are not as committed to these guys as
you
as
are
they are
110. You are
expected to be.
110% correct.
But more to the point, Jalen Smith is like the example that a lot of people use in the 2015 bowl season. Jalen Smith played in that bowl game. He was going to be a top tier NFL prospect and still wound up being drafted and had a pretty solid time with the Cowboys. But he was never the same after that injury, and he lost money. I mean, there's just no getting around it. He fell in the draft. He's now being signed off of the Giants practice squad for an opportunity to play. And this is a guy that could have had a prominent career as a pass rusher, and he never quite got back to where he was because he got injured in a bowl game trying to play. And I'm to Jeffrey's point, when you have that opportunity, this is what you could lose if you don't take it. And your teammates understand and your coaches.
All I'm saying is then give the next generation behind you the opportunity, because you're not going to be there. Give the next player in line who's right up after you to take over the team so you can leave and it's not going to be a distraction.
Randy, sometimes you don't know you're going to get that opportunity until we're at this point. Some of these guys have proven themselves over the course of the season, and now they're finally getting those eyeballs. Now they're finally being talked about in a ranking sort of way that gets them to the promised land. It gets them to that next level. So not everybody knows in August, but I understand, that's a fair comment. If everybody knows in August, this guy's going to the NFL, just go to the damn NFL. Go to the damn NFL.
Well, the thing is, the NFL is part of the problem too, because the NFL doesn't mind using college football as their free minor leagues. So they like that people can go to college and, work on their game there. And then whenever they're ready to commit to the NFL, well, you come on over. You can't leave to go as a sophomore. It doesn't make any sense to do that. And you might be able to raise your draft stock by going back to play. And because you can't go to the NFL yet, well, you're kind of just sort of stuck there.
But remember what I said, a guy that's obviously in his final year. He's obviously good enough to be in the NFL draft, and he obviously knows he's going to go. Then, if you start the year with the team, that's fine. But you got at some point hand it off to the next guy in line.
Well,
let him take it on, passing of the torch, if you will.
Get it.
And then you leave. Most of these guys are already graduated anyway.
How about an ACC championship? Is that enough? Because Moist One points out, he played the ACC championship. That's the most important game of the season for Pitt, not the bowl game.
Exactly my point. Then leave and let the next guy come up and take you on.
He's leaving for the bowl game. Like he played the ACC championship, because here's the thing: your coach is not going to say, "Hey, hold on, go to the NFL because you're ready now." I got games to win. They're going to look at my record and evaluate this for me. You want to leave for the bowl game, leave for the bowl game. But you know what you can't do? You can't leave before the ACC title game, because I got to win that one.
Listen, it's a fun conversation, and it's an extraordinary debate, and there's no real good answer to it. I mean, I understand the kid's got to do what the kid's got to do.
This debate doesn't get had about too many people. Fed Fan says, stand your ground, Randy. Don't look Jeffrey and Keon in the eyes. They're trying to do mind control on you.
That happened a long time ago.
Yeah, way too much credit on the mind control there. Just a Tip says, will the NIL change players' viewpoints of whether they play in the bowl games or hold out?
I don't know. That's a great question. It's an extraordinary topic to think about. I mean, if these guys sign contracts now, and the contract says you have to play in the Hula Bowl or whatever, are these guys going to honor that contract? They're taking the money. Are they going to honor the contract?
King of Kittens just sent over some information. I guess Chase Edmonds is probable for the game on Sunday. Zach Ertz, questionable for the game against the Lions. Yeah. In that game, if somebody is questionable or on the fence, hold them back. because you're not going to be needed that much against the
agree.
Lions. Sorry, Boogie. It's just a fact. Kyle G says, I haven't turned on a Sunday night game before kickoff in about 5 years. Why is that? Kyle G's texts keep bouncing back like new texts, but we read that 3 hours ago. Swave Dave says, Thursday night football today, people. Today.
But you already know all the facts.
Yeah, Slave Dave, I am trying to get us there. Fighting Wampa says Pickett needs to get ready to be drafted by the Conquistadors of Washington. Got no more time for that college ball.
Yeah.
Call him whatever you want, but if he's the quarterback, I'll be happy.
He's shady. Senior Wake and Bake says, Raven kid, don't make me slap that baby bottle out of your mouth. Forks up, kid. And hey, prison wallet, or should I say man purse? Okay, let's not we're not gonna have this texture on texture crime here. Easy, everybody. Easy does. Colts fan Dan says, forget about Thursday night football, Jeffrey. What do you think about the Colts Patriots tomorrow?
Good game.
It'll be a good game. It'll be a good game, but I'm still thinking, yeah, Patriots will probably win that one. Fish Tank says, today is my nephew's birthday, and we're all pitching in to buy him his first electric guitar and amp. I have him writing Blender tunes in no time. Hey, another guy for the band, Fish Tank. That's awesome.
Nice.
How old is your nephew? Lost Toby says, I hate ignorant ASU students. Had a guy pull my mask off my face at the Colorado game saying COVID wasn't real. Okay, first off, don't blame all of ASU students for one mouth breather. That's not right to blame all ASU students. And that guy is lucky if he walked away with a hand after that. Yeah, he says, luckily my grandma wasn't around or he'd be dead. I wouldn't blame her. Yeah, guys, I don't care what you believe, but keep your hands off other people. And if somebody's wearing a mask, don't give them crap. Just leave alone.
Don't do that.
You want to be left alone to do what you want to do. Leave other people alone to do what they want to do. I mean, don't be a-holes. Ukul the Mock says, no one who plays in the championship playoff hold out, just the other bowls. Yeah, see what I'm saying?
What?
Well, Ukul is saying that if somebody has gotten to that top four, nobody is deciding to sit out because they're hoping to get drafted. Everybody plays in those games, man.
Well, I don't know. I seem to remember the last couple of years there were guys that did hold out, and they were in the championship for. I can't, right off the top of my pointed head, I can't, I can't I can't present one guy right now. But
outside of Bosa, I can't think of anybody. And Bosa already he backed away long before they knew they were in.
Well, yeah, but I thought there was somebody else. I thought there was a wide receiver, running back, comes to mind. I don't know. Anyway, don't care.
888-368-15. I like how your argument just disintegrated to, I don't care. What does it matter? You know who I'm talking about. Who?
I'm just taking up time.
You know who.
I can't provide a name. Don't care. Let's move on.
We just went 20 minutes for Randy to end his point with, I don't care.
No, it was more, don't care.
Don't care. All right.
It's more pleasant.
We're taking a break. And when we come back, I swear to God, we are talking about Thursday night football. We're talking about nothing else. I'm not reading any more texts until we talk about last night's game. It was a good game. A lot of things happened. Let's come back and do that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Arizona Cardinals football on Sunday. They match up against the Detroit Lions. It looks like a mismatch. Cardinals are 10-3. Lions 1-11-1. The line would certainly indicate that it is a mismatch. Arizona sitting as a 12.5-point favorite. The over-under at 47.5. Other games involving teams from the NFC West on Sunday. The 49ers are sitting as a 9.5-point favorite as they play host to the Falcons. This game with playoff implications. Seahawks and Rams play on Sunday. The Rams a 4-point favorite, over under 45.5. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com, Babbel.com.
You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Think you know about meth? Think again. Today's methamphetamine is far more potent, more addictive, and more deadly than ever before. Today's meth is often laced with the deadly drug fentanyl. In fact, deaths from meth use have doubled in Arizona. What can you do? Get the facts at thenewmeth.com and know there's hope and resources for recovery. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk.
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
Or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Hit it now.
It's on the internet.
1580thefanatic.com.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And to remind everybody what is going on, COVID has run rampant throughout the NFL. They have postponed some games so far. I haven't seen anything come down the pipe about cancellations, but as it is, the game that was on Saturday, Raiders at Browns on Monday Radio 1510 at 2 p.m. has now been moved to 3 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. So no Daily Blender on Monday. Starting at 3, you'll have Browns at Raiders, and then after that, you got Vikings at Bears. That is the plan. Raiders are actually at Browns. I got that backwards. Anyways, doesn't matter. The damn game's going to be on. All right, so that's what's going on there. The other games have moved to Tuesday night. You'll either get Seahawks and Rams or Washington football team and Eagles. That is going to happen at, I believe, 5 p.m. on Tuesday. And I looked at the TV designation on it. I don't think it's going to be on the radio, but the TV designation is both of them are on Fox. So
simultaneously.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be like, the regional game. They'll just decide who gets to see what. I don't know if they'll have an alternate, maybe on Amazon Prime. I have no idea yet. This is all brand new as of about 3 or 4 hours ago. So, check your local listings is what I would do as we get further through the weekend. So 888-368-1580. Billy from Phoenix says, Jeffrey, you're so down in your Colts. My question, what was or is your expectations of the Colts this season? Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Colts. I think we have a very good team. just not thrilled with the choice of quarterback. And because of the choice of quarterback, I've said we're 500 team. That's it. Maybe slightly better, because you can't be 500 anymore, can you? So we're barely going to be looking at a winning season. We're not going to probably even make the playoffs. And if we do, it'll be quick. And it's really all about the quarterback. It's not that I'm down on the Colts. I'm a little down on the decision-making of the Colts to bring in Carson Wentz. That's pretty much where it all comes from. But I'm also realistic. When I see the Patriots coming, it's going to be a good game. I hope the Colts win, but my intellect tells me, no, Belichick's got this thing figured out. Mac Jones is doing better, and there we go. So I know you guys all think I'm boo-hoo anti my team. I assure you I'm not. I'm wearing my Colts gear when the Colts game is on. I am rooting for the team. If you ask me to honestly tell you what I think is going to happen with the game, that's what you're going to get. And until we have a better quarterback, I don't see a whole lot of enthusiasm. You listen, bad. We've all been there. We've all been there, each and every one of us with our teams.
Some longer than others, but
49er fans, Viking fans, not so much. We're going to win the Super Bowl. You are mathematically eliminated. No, we're going to find a way. Okay, just maybe you should go to decaf. Shut up. I'm going to run around the yard and come back. That's just the way some of those guys are. It's just not me.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. 7646 says, hello. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
7640. Is that a new texter?
I guess it looks like a new texter, unless I don't know. 7646. Hi.
Hola.
Sup.
Welcome to the broadcast.
¿Cómo está?
Bonjour.
Buenos tardes.
Yes.
Salutations.
Well, we should try all these different languages. Let me give you one from one of my favorite movies. Case it's a Martian. Just in case it's a Martian.
Tech of Mars or whatever it is. Tech of the Martians.
Oh, crap. Kiss the Cook, you're right. I got to remember to do that. He says, whoever wins the ASU tickets, you'll have your pick of seats because no one's going to be there except for the teams. Maybe a refs, a janitor, in case one of the players clogs the toilet or something. Why would you say that? People go to the ASU basketball games. What are you talking about?
Well, he's talking about given the current COVID-19 conditions, the arena may not be full at all.
Well, whatever the case, these are already good tickets, so we'll see what happens.
It's great tickets, but it's a Tuesday afternoon game. Make sure you can use them.
Yeah, we only want people to call who can use them. So let's do this right now because I'm going to forget later if we don't do it.
All right, here we go.
Caller 3 for the ASU Sun Devils basketball game against Florida A&M, 3 p.m. on Tuesday. And here's the way this works. You get a parking pass. You also get 4 tickets. Now, if you only need 2 tickets, just take the 2 tickets and we'll give the other 2 tickets away to somebody else. There we go. So 888-368-1580. Call now. Caller 3 gets the tickets and the parking pass and stuff. Why are you playing that music?
I'm just waiting for the caller to call in.
No, that's not the way this contest works.
This
is
30
just a call
seconds before the buzzer.
No. We're not doing a contest. It's just they call in and they win them. We're not. There's no reason for any of this.
Oh, sorry.
So, but if you want to, in the future, we can do some of those.
And I'd love to
beat
do
the buzzer game.
Beat the buzzer. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. So now while Keon is answering the phone for those ASU basketball tickets, let's talk about last night's game. Travis Kelce, boy, you know what? I think that if anybody had him in fantasy football this year, were they pleased or were they not? Because I hadn't really heard him going crazy, but that doesn't mean he wasn't racking up stats across the board. What do we know about how he has done so far this year? Because no matter what it is, he more than made up for it last night, didn't he?
No kidding. Last night was a big night for him. And a lot of people have been criticizing him within the NFL, saying that he's getting too old. He's lost a step. I think he put those guys to sleep last night, didn't he? Because he showed up. He mentioned a few weeks back, he's got his swagger back and to watch out. And I think, Jeffrey, you and I have been kind of deliberating on whether this team is back or not. And they showed a lot of fight last night. They showed a lot of fight. Patrick Mahomes showed a lot of fight. He was not going to give up. He wanted to win this game. Justin Herbert, he showed a lot of fight as well. And the youngster wanted to win this game over the Chiefs. I think it was a wonderful game to watch. I was a little scared about that guy.
Parham,
the tight end that got sent to the hospital. I'm glad to hear he's doing better.
Yeah, totally a concussion.
Yeah, he completely has a concussion. He was released, I guess, a little earlier today from the hospital, so that's good news. But what a game last night! This seems to me that this is going to be kind of the pace that's going to pick up as things start happening this weekend.
More games like that one.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see a lot more action, a lot more activity. These teams, every game means something, and these guys are going to be going for it.
So I looked up Kelsey's stats, and last night's game, if you had him in fantasy football with 191 yards and 2 touchdowns, that was 44 points for the tight end. But the 2 games before that, he had 27 yards. And then the last game before that, 27 yards.
Yeah.
And then he had a nice stretch of a couple of games where he got 18 points in fantasy, 22 points in fantasy, 17 points in fantasy. Then he had a bad week. Then he was kind of cruising along there pretty good. So I can't, if you had him in fantasy, he started off strong, but it did kind of peter out a little bit. But no, actually he's been cranking along fine. I guess maybe the thought that he hasn't been doing great was just because the Chiefs hadn't been doing great.
Yeah,
so I guess we have not
been
haven't been fair to him, but boy, would have liked to have him in fantasy football last night.
Absolutely.
By the way, Parham, like you said, they took him to the hospital. I think he's staying in another night, but he just was severely concussed, and that's what it is. And no, Joe Buck, he wasn't just cold because of the chilly Los Angeles air, you moron. Oh my God. Did you hear that?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But and now I'm going to defend him a little bit. Joe Buck is sitting there and he's watching, and I'm sure in his mind he's thinking of the scene from Jerry Maguire when Cuba Gooding Jr.'s whole family's on the couch freaking out because they just saw him get hurt on the field. So maybe Joe Buck is thinking, I got to say something to give some sort of hope that shivering was not because of the injury. And maybe he was thinking about the family who might have been watching. That's the only thing I can reckon, because outside of that, there was some dumb bleep right there.
I learned a long time ago in radio, if you don't have anything to say that's intelligent, don't say anything at all. It's the smartest thing you can do.
And
why haven't you ever taught me that?
I think I have, young Padawan. I think
finally.
So several years later. And also just from my brief time doing play-by-play, what other senior play-by-play guys have told me is, hey, if someone gets hurt and you're not sure what the injury is, don't speculate on what the injury is. Don't speculate on any symptoms you might see. Just let it go. You don't know. You're not a doctor. That's not your job. The player's hurt, and that's all you need to say.
A lot of these play-by-play guys, and I think I even mentioned something like that, even about our own broadcast. As I was leaving last night, I was talking to Keon. I was like, why do they always feel like they have to They have to fill every moment with something? Because what happens is there's normal play-by-play, good analysis, and then some really dumb crap comes out of their mouths. And even on our own radio broadcasts, Zero Cespedes or whatever his name is, him, and I don't know who his color commentary guy was, but I felt like, if you just had stopped and paused, let us hear the crowd noise for a moment, and then just save the really dumb comments, for something else. And this is not just that radio broadcast, but Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Chris Collinsworth, all kinds of, especially that horrible Steve Levy Monday Night Football. If they could just sometimes let us hear the crowd noise. Let keep it breathe, the dumb thoughts to yourself.
Yeah, just sometimes lay out and let it breathe. Set the scene, paint the picture, and then back off. Let it happen.
I understand that it's harder for radio guys because they hear silence and it triggers a fear response. But if you're on TV, everybody knows. Yeah, the picture's already doing most of the work. Shut up.
Well, baseball play-by-play guys, even on radio, know you can stop talking. Why? Because you've got the crowd noise. You've got the you can hear the players. There's an ambiance to it. And it's the same thing for football. So whether it's radio or TV, how about stop saying stupid crap and just keep it to what we're watching. No,
Joe Buck could have done himself a favor just by laying out. You don't have to tell everybody what's happening. We can see it.
Yeah. Anyways, that was just dumb right there. But as far as by the way, we have a winner for them tickets.
Yeah. The ultimate irony, really, it's the Raven Kid.
The Raven Kid,
dude. No, is he doing this just so somebody else can't go to the game?
I don't think so.
All right. Random texter Raven
to.
Kid taking you at your word that you're actually going to go to the game, and you're not doing this just to be source sports because he was saying bad things about ASU. Did he want all 4 tickets or just 2?
I forgot to ask.
You're going to have to find that out. And also, you're going to have to make sure he legit is doing that, or he's not just crapping on somebody else's chance to go to the game. I don't appreciate that if that's what's going on. But I know his dad and he are people of character and would never do such a thing. 888-368-1580. He's going. Raven Kid just texted in, I'm going to be a Florida A&M fan for a day. You're the worst person right now. I don't know what happened, but you're horrible.
I should have pretended you were caller number 2.
Yeah, sorry. Beer Bob says this would be a very quiet show if you guys couldn't say anything that wasn't intelligent. Definitely couldn't read any text messages.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fed Fan says Fox has 2 sports channels besides the local channel. These are options but out there for football to be televised. Yeah, they have the options. It's just normally on like a Sunday afternoon, they go regional on that. And because this has happened so quickly, they may have no choice but to do that here as well. So hopefully there's at least some sort of streaming option if you want to watch the game that's not being aired. King of Kittens is showing a regional map. I am not sure what I'm looking at here. It says it is likely that the Fox games that have moved will only be available in the local markets that they were scheduled for. And neither of those games were scheduled to air in Arizona. Oh, well, that doesn't make any sense. I would imagine King Kittens, they'll make some changes on that.
Yeah, I think that they will too. By the way, I'm on CBS Sports on the schedule. It says that Fox is the network for both games, but usually if it is on, for instance, Fox Sports 1, it will say that. So I think this is going to be regional.
Okay, good. Well, hey, extra football on a Tuesday, right? Why not? 888-368-1580. Fish Tank says, my nephew is 15. Well, happy birthday to your nephew there, Fish Tank. Box of Screws says, how about this? Just get rid of most or all of those stupid, pointless bowl games. So it's actually an honor to be able to play in one again, huh? I agree. How many bowl games do we need? I think we don't need more than 10. And is that enough? Can 10 be enough?
I mean, any number, I suppose, could be enough, but they have a threshold because it keeps teams engaged throughout the season, the regular season. That you win 6 games, you get to go to a bowl game. So as a result, we've got a lot of bowl games because we have 150 Division I programs.
Fighting Wampa says that game sucked last night. Actually, I finished first place in my league. Team I'm playing in the playoffs has Travis Kelce and Hill. Now I'm down 73 points. Sucks. All right, for you, the game sucked. For the rest of us, it was actually a good contest right there. Hefty Lefty says, I wish they'd get the old Red Zone host with the Dumbo ears to just announce split screen of the game on Tuesday. How about that? It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
No, he's absolutely right. Dude, a good gust of wind. That dude's taking flight like the flying nun.
Andrew Siciliano.
There's a point in your career where you've made enough money to it's like, can you do something about these? Just
I don't know. They're just some people that they like to go with what got them there.
Can we get some gaffer's tape in here? Something, some staples? I don't know what we're gonna do here. It's just about time, isn't it? Yeah. Big George says, what the hell? The known ASU hater Raven Kid won the tickets? That's not fair. He's going to be trashing ASU the entire game. It's rigged. No, here's the deal. Let him go there and trash ASU the entire time. See what happens. That's all I'm saying. Raven Kid says, I want all 4 tickets and the parking pass. Thank you. Scratch and Giggles says, I was caller 2. I missed it by that much. I'm on vacation next week too. Man, Scratch and Giggles would have been much better to get those tickets. Hey, Raven Kid. Why don't you do the right thing? Oh, Scratch and Giggles here. He's on vacation next week.
And he'll
Wants
actually
to go.
He'll actually support ASU, you know.
At least give
Since
him
it
a
is an
couple of the
ASU game.
tickets. How about a couple of the tickets, Raven Kid? Why do you need 4 tickets? You take a bunch more people who hate ASU? Come on, man. Fed Fan says Steph Curry just made a beautiful shot on the Celtics circle at half court. Gotta love watching him practice. King Kitten says Hefty Lefty needs 2 TVs. That's what Hefty Lefty needs. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got on this date in Big George's sports history and probably good to spin the wheel of sports too. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great rates, we gave this song surprisingly great lyrics.
Here we go. It's so cheap. Yeah, got a great rate on the down low. Cause Jake isn't your average Joe. Hard to believe. Yeah, nobody does it like State Farm do. Never knew the rates were this low. Oh, they ain't that steep.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bring the family and start your holiday break off right with the Sun Devil men's and women's basketball doubleheader Tuesday, December 21st at Desert Financial Arena. First, the ASU women will take on UC Irvine at 12 noon before the men battle Florida A&M at 3 p.m. Get your final glimpse of non-conference action before the teams return to Pac-12 play in 2022. Advance tickets start at just $10 and grant you admission to both games. Get yours today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosalie the Fantasy Girl here. Obviously, I love sports betting, but what I don't love is giving up part of my winnings to casinos and bookies. But the other day, I heard about this free site called Big Zero, and it's a total game changer. Big Zero lets me bet with my actual friends and keep all my winnings, not to mention bragging rights. If you love sports betting, you'll love Big Zero. Go to bigzero.com to sign up. And if you want, join my group with the code Fantasy Girl. I'm placing bets on Big Zero all the time, so go accept a few. Just don't be mad when I take your money.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say you can listen to us on your smart speaker. Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so Raven Kid, who professes hatred for ASU, still don't know why, was the third caller and actually won the tickets to the basketball game Tuesday. We're not liking that very much, but Raven Kid now says, I'll give 2 of the tickets if you got something else I can get in return. How about no? But Scratch and Giggles, who wants the other 2 tickets, says, how about this? 2 beers for 2 tickets. What do you think? Well, here's the thing. I think Raven Kid is underage. But maybe if you change that to, I don't know if he's going with his dad, beer for the dad, soda for Raven Kid, he might go for that. Raven Kid, what say you? Then we'll give Raven Kid the parking pass and the tickets, and Scratch and Giggles can get the other 2 tickets just to go to the game. Then you guys can hang out there, watch the game, and at least there's some balance in the universe for ASU.
Yeah.
Bama Girl, who is Raven Kid's sister, says, please excuse the Raven Kid. He is too much. Ugh. Brothers are too much.
Roll down Tide.
King Kitten says, I would like to nominate Kurt Warner and Kevin Harlan to call the Rams and Seahawks game Tuesday night on Westwood 1 and on 1580 The Fanatic. Well, I don't know if they're going to make that game available. You have to understand that when stuff like this happens, that the logistics of getting broadcast crews into the right place, not very easy thing. But if it's available, there's a good chance we will air it here on 1580 The Fanatic. So stay tuned and be listening. As you know, Monday, the Daily Blender will not be on because we'll be airing the Raiders at Browns game at 3 p.m. And then after that, we got the Vikings at Bears. So as these things change and as the story develops, we will develop along with it and try to keep you guys informed the best we can. Lost Toby says, I just picked up and loaded 2 pallets of dough. I need a Modelo with a lime and a 1942 as soon as I get home. It'll be waiting for you, buddy. It'll be waiting. Fed Fan says, everybody have a great weekend and have a Merry Christmas, Jeffrey. Enjoy your vacation. Thank you, Fed Fan. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you. I will be back on January 3rd. These guys will be with you next week. So King of Kitten says, oh, Raven Kid, how about I'd like to debate you during your co-hosting duties? How about that?
Wow.
I think we're going to have our hands full with Raven's Kid. To be honest.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
But if he'll give those tickets to Scratch and Giggles in exchange for beverages that are legal to the appropriate age, I think that would be a very nice gesture. Don't you guys think that?
I think so. Yeah.
Just saying.
100%. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Raven Kid. Here's the point in your life you get to decide. Am I going to be a good guy or am I going to be a Jackson Mahomes?
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying here? Yeah, so I guess Jackson Mahomes continually doing stupid stuff, getting himself into trouble. The other day, he went on Instagram and was talking about a bad experience he had at a cocktail bar called SOT. And later on, he deletes the video, but he just bashes this little small bar. And of course, the small bar got wind of it. And they're like, what the heck, man? We didn't do anything wrong. So they actually posted up their apology to him saying, today we're experiencing a lot of activity over social media regarding a recent visit paid to us by an unhappy guest. This person happens to have a lot of followers on social media, and therefore it's something we just can't ignore. Voice, reach, and influence are power. And in our case, as with many businesses that are locally owned, the power of a few social media personalities can make or break a business. This grants these people this certain power to affect our livelihoods. And there are those who have built their influence by being responsible, informed, positive, and sincere. And then there are those who have built their followings by being the opposite. That being said, we must apologize to Jackson Mahomes. We are sorry that we set boundaries that you tried to ignore. Oftentimes, people with unearned status and a sense of entitlement think they're above the rules and will lash out at the employee enforcing them. We're sorry we couldn't seat your very large group, but as you might have seen, our bar is very small. We are sorry that you have the reach that you do, or at least that you think you do, and then instead of using it for something positive, you decided to try to crush a small business. We survived a global pandemic and we'll survive your ego, but we're sorry you didn't reach out to us first before taking your gripe out to social media. And then again, it's an expectation that we would have from a mature and rational person, not from somebody who pours water on fans and dances on the memorials of tragically lost people for the TikTok account. We have not been fortunate enough to be born into a much more talented and much more famous family, but we'd like to think that if we did have that much luck, we would use our influence in more responsible ways.
Pow.
We hope our apology finds you well.
That Randy, that deserves a straight fire. That's
yeah, and it was, and
straight fire.
It was an appropriate amount of straight fire, and then they came out and said, "Well, we're sorry, we shouldn't have done that yesterday."
Oh, come! I hate it when people do stuff like that. It sounds like he was wrong.
Yeah, I don't know why they're apologizing for what they did there. What they did there was damn perfect, if you ask me.
Though the fact that they had some remorse about doing something means that they're better people than Jackson Mahomes.
That's a good point. That is a good point, because I've blasted some people righteously, and then one's like, "Oh well, I probably shouldn't have done that," but I was right. So that's right there. So I don't know who these people are at the SOT cocktail bar, but I hope their business thrives.
I don't trash any restaurant that I go to online unless I am physically ill from eating
Fair
their
enough.
food, in which case I'm trying to warn people like, hey, you might get sick.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I go there and I don't like the food, I leave it alone. It just might be not for me.
Well, I mean, and I don't mind calling somebody out if it's a fair thing, sort of like the Sonic in Maricopa, where we went through the drive-through and they were not very friendly. I ordered it on the thing. The guy sounded clueless, got to the window, and I just waited and waited and waited and waited, looked up. Nobody even said hello. Nobody came to the window. And I was like, all right, we're going to Burger King. And I drove off. So there you go. I mean, if I had told that story on the air, that's a fair review, right?
Yeah.
That's not a Jackson Mahomes kind of thing.
It sounds like they had told him, look, we don't have the room for you and your crew. Can you split it? Can you just not be here or whatever? We just can't serve all of you. And if you do come in, you're gonna have to be a little bit patient. And he just wasn't.
Yeah. Raven Kid says, Jackson Mahomes, that's low. And then Scratch and Giggle says, okay. How about ice cream for Raven Kid and a lot of beer for his dad, who probably needs it? Come on, Raven Kid. Just let us know if you're ready to trade those tickets to Scratch and Giggles. Then you get some ice cream and your dad gets some much needed alcohol.
And you still get to go to the game.
Exactly. Yeah. You can still spew your hatred. Let's get this going before we run out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1924, the New York Yankees traded 3 pitchers to the St. Louis Browns to get back Urban Shocker, a pitcher traded to St. Louis in 1918. Shocker had been a 20-game winner for 4 consecutive seasons. Urban was the last Yankees pitcher to legally throw a spitball, and he and a handful of other pitchers were grandfathered to continue the practice after his banned in 1920. Back to me, Jeff. Yeah, this guy Shocker, by the way, great name. I mean, Urban, horrible name. Shocker, amazing.
Well, it's been ruined recently.
Yeah. Shocker, I guess, had this heart condition. It was so severe, he had to sleep either sitting or standing. For some reason, if he were to lay down, he'd die.
What?
I've never heard of such a thing. Have you?
Wow. No, I've never heard of that.
All right. Ken Kittens just got some information. Says Tuesday night, Rams, Seahawks. Yes, they are on Fox 10 at 5 p.m. in Phoenix locally. Okay. So now I got to find what if somebody named Keon, it's like the stigmata. No, that's not it. What is the thing where they whip themselves with the stuff?
Flagellation?
No, that's farting. What's the thing? I forgot what it's called. Whatever it is, Keon wants to suffer. So basically,
I mean, yeah.
Where can he watch this horrible game?
The internet's there. I'll find it.
Well, I'm trying to help you and others.
Fair enough.
Raven Kid says, well, random texter has to work. You pay for a drink for me and my friend, and you got it. I need the parking pass, though. All right, so there you go. Raven Kid is now taking the 2 tickets. Scratch and Giggles. Text me in your actual name and email address, and I will transfer those tickets over to you. Boom. Everybody wins. I feel pretty good about this. About this.
Yeah, I mean, look.
It's been a very giving day today.
Maybe we should send you to the Middle East the way that you are just brokering peace right now. I mean,
maybe we just need a little Christmas.
You see how pale I am? I'd get skin cancer 3 minutes after getting off the plane. Can't I just broker the peace from here like I just did from here?
Okay, maybe.
Why is he trying to send me off to?
I'm not trying to
the
send
Middle
you
East?
off. I just
He's trying to take over the show.
no.
Oh, that's what
hold
it
on.
is.
No,
See, now
wait.
he's all tired, and his true stripes were showing there. The tiger stripes were showing.
I'm just saying you showed incredible
You're going to leave me
negotiation
alone with him
skills.
next week. I don't know what he's going to try to do to get rid of me.
Wow, you're on your own, man.
I'm not trying to get rid of anybody.
I might come back to the Keon Rose show.
Has a ring to it.
He'll be sitting in my office with his feet on the desk, smoking a cigar. I'm like, hey, where's all my stuff? It just that'll be the end of that. You know what I'm going to say if that happens, Keon? Thank you.
You think I want your job? I'm
not the only one. Lost Toby says Keon's trying to steal the show. I want ice cream.
No,
I don't know how the two are connected.
I see all of the work that Jeffrey does, and I actually do not want his job. If that's okay with everyone.
Damn it. Do we have time to spin the wheel of sports, or is the show over?
Show's basically over.
Oh, all right. See you.
Yeah, we've got a minute left. So
there goes Randy.
Randy is all right. Randy has flown the coop.
All right, see you guys January 3rd. Keon, you want the show? It's yours. You take it the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Daily Blender. With Jeffrey O'Brien and Randy White, except it's not Jeffrey O'Brien and Randy White. It's just me now. They've literally just left me here alone to finish out the show. Shame we couldn't get to the Wheel of Sports. That would have been fun. That would have been fantastic. We've got, the top tier bowl games, the upper echelon bowl games. We're going to get to that next week.
Oh, I feel bad. We just did that to you after you've had like 13 hours of work and no sleep.
Yeah, well, it's good to see that Randy wasn't joking. Randy's still gone.
No, he's already drinking, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The Daily Blender back Tuesday. See you then.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service